Hello, folks. How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to the WCFL Dolphins Talk Fan of the Year edition, the first annual Fan of the Year edition. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, Papa Paul. What's going on, brother?
It's things always going crazy when you're trying to get things done quick and everything, but we're getting through it. We're waiting on Mark. Mark will be here. He's having trouble logging in. He doesn't remember any of his passwords to Facebook or anything, so he'll get here when he can get here. In the meantime, let's bring on Mr. O'Hanlon.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Wonderful.
How are you today?
Happy hump day. Good to see everybody.
Miss Pamela.
Hey,
Pam.
Hi, my loves. Hello, my fellers. How y'all doing?
Can't complain.
Good. Wouldn't do
Well,
any
you
good anyway.
could.
No one listens.
But I listen. That's right.
Now let's see if I got this yet. Yes, Big E, 2021 Fan of the Year.
2020, get it right. We got it right.
2020.
2020.
All
I'm wearing
right.
the jersey.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. This is the original
2020.
jersey too. I don't take it out of the closet too often because I don't want it to get ruined.
Yeah. And then we have the current
feel
Fan
it.
of the Year, Big Chris.
What's up,
Hi,
everybody?
Chris.
What's
How
up,
are you?
Chris?
I know
brother.
our last year's Fan of the Year, Allie, will be good with us about 9:15. Mark
Okay.
Angelo is trying to get logged on, but he's having problems. He's driving right now, so he'll probably when he gets home and he'll get logged on and stuff. And then Armand, our international Fan of the Year, cannot make it with us tonight. He's got to work overtime. It's crazy busy for him.
Armando. I love him.
No.
He's amazing.
We'll have him
Gotta
on
save for
another
his next
time.
big trip.
Yeah.
Dolphin winners, I'm going to let you take over right now.
Well, folks, listen, this has been something that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, and we talked about this. Finally made it happen. We got two of the Fan of the Years on here, and we can't wait to get the other two Fan of the Years on here also. But since we got these two gentlemen on, let's just dig right into it. Right now it is, free agency, legal tampering, whatever you want to call it. This is the time, and I know there's a lot of disappointed Miami Dolphins fans out here. I get it, but everybody, you got to understand this is a business. So, Big E, I'm gonna start with you, man. How was your feelings for the last 72 hours of the moves that we've made to the Miami Dolphins organization?
Well, and I felt that there was somewhat of a gut punch, but I think the reason for that is because I really enjoyed the guys that were on the squad that we lost on Monday. I think that's the biggest thing. Christian Wilkins came with a certain swagger, a certain personality, and it's hard to come by, right? Hard to find those guys. And then you saw Andrew Van Ginkel. He's just some guy he's scrappy. He's now playing for the Vikings, and he kind of looks like a Viking. So I think he fits in the right place, right?
Agreed.
And then we've our offensive lineman as well. He's done extremely well, and I think the big thing is that these guys have all been homegrown talent with the Dolphins, and it's not usually we see guys that get drafted and then they go off and don't really do much in the league, and they don't sign huge contracts. But here we have four guys that have left the Dolphins that really had made an impact on the team. So I think that's where I got my gut punch. I'm liking some of the signings that have come up. So I say I don't feel as bad now. And I also think come June 1st, when the money frees up for Xavier Howard, come when Tua gets his new contract, I think it's going to be a big little stash of money that we're going to be able to make, like maybe one, maybe two additional signings. That'll be kind of like nice, and we'll feel good about it with some recognizable players. So I'm doing okay. The sky is not falling. Let me finish by saying that. All right.
Are you sure?
That's good. I'm going to direct the same question to the current Miami Dolphin Fan of the Year, Mr. Barker. Chris, what is your thoughts?
Well, I love the Jordan Poyer signing, that went on, but I'm going to, like Biggie said, if it's a gut punch about, seeing, Christian Wilkins being, let go, and Andrew Van Ginkel going to Minnesota. And I think, Christian Wilkins was the heart and soul of that defense, he was, really becoming productive on defense. He's like a motor, but Andy Van Ginkel reminded me of, like a similar Zach Thomas type guy last year. For instance, against Commanders, he had a pick six. So that was another Zach Thomas we were witnessing last season. But like Big E said, come June 1st, when we get the Howard money, and hopefully we can rebound nicely, and come camp time, let's see where it goes.
Got you. John or Pam, whoever wants to go first.
I said last week, and you guys can go back and look at our tape. We were only going to sign 5, maybe 6 of our free agents out of 29. So Monday did not surprise me. I wasn't panicking. Tuesday, big turnaround, signed a bunch of guys, got 4 compensatory picks for the upcoming draft, which we definitely needed. Chris Greer, people bash Greer for different reasons. Look at the guys that left. Those were all guys that were drafted, homegrown, turned out to be great players that signed for a total of $250 million with other teams. There's no way we could afford to keep all that. It's just not possible. In turn, Greer the next day, over the next 2 days, signed a total of 9 players for about $36 million.
Right.
You got 4 picks, you got 9 players to fill holes. We were talking about just before we went on, Poyer right now is my favorite one. I just wish it was more than a 1-year contract, because if he plays well, he's going to price himself out of us being able to sign him, because we have Waddle, Phillips, and Holland all to sign next year. We're not going to be able to keep Poyer for another year. Now, there's still a couple more free agents on that we have that could be signed. Could be another 3 or 4 if they don't get serious consideration from other teams. Berrios, who's the safety? I can't think off the top of my head. We have one safety still sitting. Elliott. Elliott hasn't signed anywhere, so we could still bring him back. We signed a couple guys away from Buffalo, and last week I said on the show, Buffalo had made a bunch of cuts, 6 or 7 guys in one day, and we ended up getting 2 of them. One's a special teams corner player, and one's a safety. So, we're filling holes. We'll see what else Greer can do come June 1st when we're $30 million under the cap.
So, be 100%, John. That's what you said last week, and 100% what I said is I'm pissed. So, the thing that makes me so mad is you cannot. If I hear Greer say the words, "We need to get better through the draft," I'm going to choke him out. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take his little T-shirt, wrap it around his neck, and take him out, because that is so ridiculous. What did we do? We got better through the draft. And then what did you do? Let it go. So did you not see this coming? Did we not see that if a man does exactly what you said and then some, that he's going to require more money? Why are we not prepared for that? It is his job to take care of the business part of it. Those guys wanted to be Dolphins. AVG wanted to be a Dolphin. Christian Wilkins wanted to be a Dolphin. And when I look at, I consider 2023 a waste. And I know we got 11 wins, but it was no different than the season before or the season before. It was the same outcome. You wasted a team, in my view, that was the team to beat. We were it. We were it, and you let it go by. Put it on the coach. How do you have a defensive coordinator that hates his players? Honestly, what in the heck is wrong with that man that he can't get over his little personal feelings? Pull up your big girl panties, man, and coach the team and make this team. We had everything those coaches needed to be great. I know we had the injuries, but dude stepped up. I'm mad. I've never felt so negative about the Dolphins, and I've literally been a fan since 1966. Yes, I'm that old. I've been a fan that long. And like I'm mad. I want to I'm mad.
You know,
like
to your-
James Brown right now. Like James Brown right now. You want revenge. That's exactly what it sounds like. But you know,
and I was
this you know, but
I'm sorry. And one thing I was thinking, and actually to your point, Pamela, you know, we spent all this money last year, right? We had how many Pro Bowlers? 6, 8 Pro Bowlers in our team, and we still didn't win a playoff game. So, and I know some of that has to do with injuries, and there was some stuff in there that, you know, I think it was just that last month we were inundated. It felt like every single game there was somebody else who was being lost for the rest of the season. So that's bad luck, right? Is what it boils down to. But we spent all the money, didn't get anywhere. So now we're being a little bit more frugal with our spending. And hopefully we got Anthony Weaver, the new defensive coordinator, coming in, which is a totally different style than Vic Fangio, which was a hard ass, excuse my French, you know, and he'd throw you under the bus at a press conference, right? He'd say, so-and-so's not doing well. I wish I had more doing it. Players don't necessarily respond well to that stuff, especially on a public setting like that, right? And I felt like he was the polar opposite of Coach McDaniel, who was always about uplifting guys and bringing guys up. And I know behind closed doors, he was probably a little more critical, but he probably came from a positive angle. That's the way I feel. I don't have anything to show for that, but I feel like Anthony Weaver gets us closer to having a Mike McDaniel style coach on the defensive side of the ball. And we'll see if the players respond. I think they will. And again, I'm not giving up hope that this is going to be a successful season, where I know some Dolphins fans have, because you see all these top name guys going, but you know, they got some real good players on the defense still, even after Monday.
Yeah, they just signed another one today.
Yeah, I will wear my aqua and orange glasses. I will see it through. I will cheer them on every single game with no exception. Always, like I've always done. But dadgummit, I'm mad. And so I like your take on the new defensive coordinator. My only thing is, like, here we go again, right? How many new coaches have we've had no stability?
Real quick, Armando has sent his representative. Emilio is coming on.
Hey, there we go.
Hi guys.
What's up, brother?
Hey, Emilio.
For some reason I can't hear you, but
Testing.
Did you turn your volume
love
all
you
the way up
anyway.
before
sorry,
you came
Armando
in?
couldn't be here
Turned
today.
up the volume.
So he asked me to
Turn the
give you
volume
guys a
up.
call, and I'm very happy to say that that I can at least talk to you right now. Yeah, I've been seeing most of you around in different social media platforms, so very happy to be here. And for some reason, I can't hear you, so let me
So
see what I
probably
can do. You guys
put-
talk.
you gotta what's the name? You gotta go on the StreamYard. You gotta
Yeah,
go on
I
the StreamYard
got-
and put the Bluetooth headphones. If you don't have your Bluetooth headphones set on the StreamYard, you're not gonna hear us.
Or go in, click out, go to Facebook, get on a video, turn the volume all the way up, then come back in.
That's an idea too.
That's what I do, because the first time we did this, I couldn't hear anything, and I had to click out, got into Facebook, hit a video, turn the volume full volume, came back, and then it was on.
To everybody that's
It's-
watching right now on X, Facebook, and YouTube, please hit the like button. Please hit that thumbs up, hit that thumb, hit the like button for us.
And thanks for coming in, everybody. We appreciate everybody being in. This is just the best fan space. Everybody gets to say their opinion. You guys, Chris, I'm so happy for you that you won that. What a great thing.
Appreciate
And
it.
Big
Appreciate
E,
it.
yeah, and you deserved it. You deserved it. And Big E, it's so nice to meet you. I know I've seen, you know, things in and around. I don't think we've actually gotten to talk very much or anything, but glad to have you here. And of course, John O'Hanlon, I mean, one of the best Dolphin fans around, right?
I don't know who
mean,
that guy is. I don't know who we're talking. I don't know that guy.
I got about 24 pictures to prove that wrong.
Yeah, right.
And also,
look for the hat.
I have to tell y'all, we had the pleasure of sitting right in front and back of each other, and for the Chargers game this past season, the season opener. And when I tell you, I felt like I had a man on my back at the end of that game. We were so excited. He was jumping up and down, and he was on my back, and he was just hitting. And I was like, and I was so happy. I think I was a little sore the next day, but it was all worth it. I didn't care. It was all good. But it's great. Great to have you all.
Don't
Nice to
jump
meet you
on
too,
my
Cameron.
back, John O'Hanlon. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
no.
You're not 6'5" or whatever, and
That's true. That's true.
Or
I
6'9".
I had to jump to get to his back.
right.
Yeah.
I've
right,
raised
Amelia.
6'5". I'm not 6'5".
All right, Emilio, can you hear us, Emilio?
I can hear
Amelia,
you fine now,
hear me?
guys.
Oh,
There you go. Good. There
There
you
you
go,
go.
brother.
Did you guys hear me
Welcome
before?
Yes.
yes, we
Yeah,
could
we
hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Definitely, we're definitely happy to have you here. We're definitely happy. You're. I always tell people our doors are always open to Miami Dolphin fans abroad and across this globe. You're ever free. You ever want to come in? We'd definitely love to have you at any given time.
Emilio,
And
tell
Well, we
everybody where
appreciate
you're
that
at.
down here.
Yes.
I'm in
And
Mexico City
Armando is
right
one
now.
of our favorite. I love Armando. What a awesome man, and so nice to meet you. So glad you're
Thank
here.
you.
Well,
Thank you, Pamela.
one of the things that I know Dolphins Nation Mexico does is they help the orphanage down there.
We do, yes. Yeah,
That's
awesome.
We love that. You know, when David told me all about that, you know, and you bring them Domino's pizzas, and they love that, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. We try to do some. It's kind of like what we do a little charity drive. Basically, we donate things to the club, and we sell them there, and whatever's funded from that, we give it to this orphanage. We take it there. We give them pizzas. We get them dolphin hats, things like that. So it's
Yeah,
all good.
I sent
They really,
David a
they
couple
really
of
like that.
I sent David a couple of those quarterback challenge blow up things with the footballs.
Perfect.
I haven't seen those, but as long as he has them, I'm sure they'll get to Armando, and we'll take them. So thank you very much.
Hey, Emilio, if you can go in the comments and drop an address where people can send stuff, that might help you out.
That would be amazing,
Yeah.
right? It would be amazing. We would love to do that.
Sure.
Yep.
There he
We
is.
are.
There's Mark.
Hey.
2020, 2020,
21.
21.
21. I'm just getting all messed up. What's up, brother?
He's driving in California traffic.
That means that he stopped.
Yeah. Be safe, Mark. Be safe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you think the traffic is bad, try getting to his house.
Ooh,
Ouch.
I can imagine that.
No, you can't until you see it. He lives up in a mountain where the road goes like this. And you got these little twists and turns and small bridges, and it's crazy to get up there.
Wow.
Wow.
Mark, what are you, 40 minutes from town up to your house or something like that? 30 minutes?
I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah. I can't hear
I'll
him.
figure it out.
I think
He
he's
was-
trying to connect. It looks like he can. He's trying. He's coming and going.
I don't know if he turned his volume up before he got in.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he
he's having
sees us.
problems. I was able to get him on, but he's having problems still connecting and everything.
Well, at
So
least- at
be
least he's-
safe, Mark. Don't take any chances.
Keep you on the road, Mark.
Let me see
I
if I
think
can text.
I think he
message
stopped
him.
now because he took his seatbelt off. So
Yeah.
Better be.
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear us, Mark?
No, I don't think he can. We can see him, but he can't hear us.
Oh, he's getting out.
Oh,
There
In the
we
middle
go.
of the
we got
highway.
movement. We have movement
no,
on
just
the
kidding.
ground. Boots on the ground.
Yeah. Mike, can you hear us?
He's checking his email
I'm
now.
sending him a text.
Oh,
He's
good.
He's sending an email to the season ticket representative right now that he's
That he's not a happy camper.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. I was telling you guys last week how long I've known Mark, and it's over 15 years, between 15 and 17 years. It was before Facebook was a thing. We were on the Miami Herald website. They had like a thing where, you could just chat on the Miami Herald website. Back then it was Classmates. Classmates was the social media thing, and there was, Facebook was just coming into existence. So I've known him a very long time, and he's a true Dolphins fan. And of course, y'all all know that he is 100% all in, and he fits in well with this group, just beautifully.
Fully agreed.
Can't agree with you more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we all just fit in the group because first of all, we're all Dolphin fans.
Absolutely,
Yes.
100%.
You know, we bleed the aqua and orange.
Yes, sir.
It's
Absolutely.
holy shit. I'm sorry. I just looked up and there's 123 people on X.
I retweeted it for us, guys.
I don't have that pulled up. Hello, everybody on X. Hey, Billy Birch.
They're following Big E.
I found you, Papa Paul, and I retweeted it, and I think that's
Hey.
we've been able to.
Yeah, hey, we
Get the
love it.
audience.
If y'all
Hey,
are on
Tom.
YouTube,
Campfire
hit the like
Tom's
button.
out there.
What's
Yeah,
up?
Love
Tom's
our
out
Campfire Tom.
I don't know if we're on YouTube. Paul, I don't know
We're
if we're
on
on YouTube 'cause
YouTube
I'm trying
and
to find us.
Facebook. Yeah, there's a big group on
We're on
Facebook.
YouTube because we have 8 people watching on YouTube. There's
I
9 on
see
Facebook.
We got
23.
Well, mine
We're up
has
at
it up.
154, 155. It's 155 and counting. 158.
We're Dolphin winners. Just so you know, I upgraded StreamYard. You're considered a host, so you can create your own shows as well now.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
And this is great. There's a big group in Facebook as well. Our Campfire Tom is out there, of course. Billy Birch is out there. And I'm looking
Todd
at
Labruto on YouTube.
Todd. Yes.
Denise Clark is on Facebook.
Denise and
You got
Crazy
Mr.
Dolphin,
Polk on
Mr.
YouTube.
Polk. Yep. A
We
nice.
appreciate y'all watching us and listening to us. And
We
let's
do.
see.
Myself. I can't hear now.
Hey,
There he is.
Mark, can you hear us?
Hey!
There he is.
We have
Everyone
liftoff.
loves
We
this
have
drive.
liftoff.
What's going on,
3
y'all?
out of 4 ain't bad. Actually, three out of 4 with Armand's representative too. I mean,
And,
Yes.
and Allie will be here about 9:15. She said so. In about 5 minutes or so, Allie should be coming in.
I
Hey,
don't think
hooked
we have
up.
all been in one place at one time. So
I
Yeah,
know.
Allie gets on easier than I did.
Yeah.
You youngsters are way smarter than I am, though.
Allie's been
Pam
on
here,
here.
though.
Allie's been on here before
You
through
got it.
Facebook, Mark, so she shouldn't have a problem.
Perfect. I was driving, so it was asking me for passwords. I was like, man, I don't know them anymore because I just log in my phone, you know? So
You said,
Yeah.
"Where's Rusty when I need her?" That's really what
well,
you're
so
saying.
no, I got home. I said, babe, I need your help. I don't know what to do. If it wasn't for her.
I knew it.
That's the fan of the year right there.
Hey, Rusty, I figured you would have asked one of the grandkids or something, you know.
Yeah, I'm seriously walking down the sidewalk looking for people that are 12-year-old or less, and I'm like, I know they'll know how to get me on that.
That is true. That is true.
Oh my goodness, so great!
It's
to see
amazing
everybody.
to see you.
I
So
know
glad you made it in.
I know everyone's been asked and answered. We're going to ask you, Mark, your thoughts on this week's progress so far, or non-progress, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
So look, I'm different. I'm a different fan. We're all different fans here, but one of my pet peeves is when I'm pretty confident our team sent somebody a really good offer and they need a little bit more, that to me says you're not part of the team. So the guys that turned down some really good offers and then signed some bigger offers than we offered them, hey, more power to them. But to me, they weren't really there for the right reasons. So I'm okay with who we lost, and I'm happy with who we had come in here. I want to bulk up our team. I think they're bulking it up a little bit. I'm not a finesse football player guy. I like that bulk, brunt, beat you in the face kind of football, and I think that's what they probably moved away from the finesse a little bit, and they're getting some power up in there, and I like that. So, and they had to trim some fat, man. We had some contracts that were out of control, and so yeah, you can't sign everyone. I'm just I'm happy that they got their money, but I'm also happy that Chris Greer, our GM, drafted them. So he obviously knows talent. These guys are out there getting multi-million-dollar contracts, and it's because he found them. Chris Greer found them.
Well, I think he's hopefully getting some players like Chubb, because the way Chubb laid it on some of those opposing teammates last year, I mean, it was hits that you haven't seen from our team in a while.
Yeah.
Hey, without those injuries, we probably win a couple more games. We're playing a home playoff game. One more player. We're beating the Bills, or we're beating the Chiefs in Kansas. We were in that game. So with 55 sacks on the bench because they were injured. So
yeah,
look, man, we got talent on this team. We just need to put it all together, and it's not always easy.
No,
Sometimes
it's not always easy. I mean, it's it's the injury bugs are part of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it just feels like the Dolphins sometimes can be the unluckiest team in the NFL. I mean, because like you just said, that playoff game in Kansas City, Dolphins hired 2 defensive players right off the street just for their playoff game. These guys that hadn't played football, they were sitting on their couch, and now all of a sudden they're playing in a football game,
And the coldest football game.
The coldest football game, right? And Justin Houston, who played for the Chiefs, is now playing against the Chiefs, and it's like it just felt like the Dolphins had zero luck. And let's be honest, there were a lot of chips that were put on. They went all in last year. They spent a lot of money. They said, this is the year. If we're going to be able to do it, it's going to be this year. And then things unraveled once you get those injuries. And I don't care what team you are, you lose that many starting caliber players, Pro Bowl players, all pro players, there's going to be an impact. And we saw that. So,
well, I know Tom just mentioned that they're real close to signing Deshaun Elliott. I really hope they do, because I want to get this picture printed out at least by 11 by 16 and have him sign that. I love that picture. I love that picture.
The crack of the helmet.
Can we get a picture of all 5 of the refs not throwing a flag on that play?
Are you complaining about that, sir?
No, he's happy about that.
No, look, Mahomes should have got a penalty there, dude.
Exactly.
Mahomes lowered his head, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started. I'm gonna go nuts.
They never throw flags on when the quarterback lowers their head. No.
I don't like those judgment calls, because they can be called either way and no one's really wrong, right? I just don't like those.
Yeah.
And they come out at the damnedest time. Like, if you're not throwing that early in the game, why are you throwing it late in the game? It's judgment calls, but dadgummit, why is the judgment always on the other side against the Dolphins? Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do that, do it all game. Do it both sides. Don't give me that crap. Just, throw your flags, do whatever, but decide where you're going to stand on and stand on it.
I mean, if it was Tua's helmet that would have gotten cracked, can you imagine that?
No, they made him come off the field. They decided
they would have taken him out of the game.
Hey, look, the rules said Mahomes was supposed to come out of the game, or a timeout. None of this happened. Like I said, show me a picture of all 5 referees standing around like idiots.
Exactly.
And how long did that untimeout last? How long was he over there He's over there. I think he had a snack and a drink. Like he's over there forever. And when in all your years of watching football, have you never seen that they don't, make them take a penalty or, a timeout, or the player has to sit on the side? When have you ever seen that? And how many times can I name penalties or lack thereof that went against the Dolphins that I've never seen before? This season, I can name 4 or 5.
There was a few. Yes, we know you can, Miss Pam.
If I could show you right here, look right there. It's right there.
Yeah. Today's not the day. Today's the day to have all the famous people on to drive those Twitter numbers up.
There you go.
Never lie.
Well, we're waiting for Alex. She'll be here soon. Don't worry, John.
We got 282 people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like.
He ordered DoorDash. So funny.
He ordered DoorDash. There you go, Rodimus. What's up, Rodimus? Thanks to
Yes,
everybody
he
that's
said he
watching.
ordered
Rodimus.
DoorDash. He did.
Well, Tom is hoping that Denver still is on a fire sale, so we can bring Patrick Surtain II here.
Yeah, okay. I'm with
that'd
that.
be a nice addition.
I'm with that, Tom.
Heck yeah. And with the compensatory picks we got, you never know. You might be able to do something like that.
How many players are the Broncos going to be paying that aren't playing on the Broncos this year?
All you got to do is tap Russell Wilson, right?
That's huge, right?
Yeah, how about that? Pittsburgh gets Russell Wilson and only has to pay him $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Right? There you go.
That's crazy. And Denver is paying him $85 million.
Man, if I was Russell Wilson, I would have called the Raiders up and say, "Look, I'll play for free."
Exactly.
Like literally.
If I'm Russell Wilson and I get did like that, I'm calling the Raiders up and just say, "Put me in."
Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Ethan. Ethan's out there. Hey, Ethan. Glad to see you. That's our kid. We love him.
Yeah, Ethan's the baby of the group. He's one of our initial starters with the show. He's only 21. He turned 21 during the year. So he's the baby of the family.
He's our baby.
He could have got me on. He could have got me to log in way faster, probably.
Probably.
He could have. He could have. It's horrible to say, but he's a third of my age. A third. What? I don't know what happened. There was like this big blank period of like, went by so fast.
You're only as old as you feel, though, Pam, and you look great.
Oh,
Absolutely.
thank you. Well, then that means I'm like 24.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out to Papa Paul too for making himself a goal and then achieving that goal and walking around the stadium and doing the 5K this year. Good job, dude.
1,000%. We love Papa Paul and all that he
I will
does.
tell you, I could not walk the next morning. Literally, I could not walk. My ankle was so
me neither.
bad.
Me neither, Paul.
But I did get a
dedication,
bicycle
though.
for next year.
That's dedication.
Yeah, but you did a bike ride, Mark. You did a bike ride.
He walked the 5K too.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they did the bike ride, then walked the 5K.
Yeah, I know.
And guess that was my goal, and we did it. But definitely, I couldn't walk for 3 days.
You know what's interesting is, and if people think a 5K is not that long. 5K isn't that long, but the thing is that you end up walking like an additional 10 or 15K, going through the parking lot, walking in and out, waiting for your time to go, right?
Yeah.
And then when you actually do it, you're like, oh, okay. I just got news. Allie's jumping on right now.
Oh, nice. That's our girl.
The biggest thing that really killed me on the 5K was standing in line waiting for it to start. Because that got to my back so bad.
Yeah.
My back was killing me.
Damn.
Charles Kirby, what's up? I know that's Charles out there in Facebook.
Hey, Charles. Yes, it is. Hey,
What's up,
Charles.
Charles?
What's up, Charles?
Fins up,
Oh,
Charles.
James. Yes. Oh, yes. He is. He is the GOAT. We
So
love him.
for our fan of the years that are here right now, who are we what position and what college are we looking for our drafts, at least our first draft and second draft pick?
Good question.
Ian?
To be honest with you, I really think more about the position needs than I do the college and the specific players.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Exactly.
Well, that's fine. What's the position need that you see for the first 2 picks?
And people hate it when we do this, but I do think you need to go offensive line in that first pick. I think, with Robert Hunt going, it leaves a big hole open, and we've got to fill that. And we haven't been able to fill that through free agency yet. So that's why I think they're saving it. Or the other alternative, I hear there's a lot of great centers in the draft this year. So there could be an opportunity to bring, even though I know we just signed a center.
Yeah.
And here she is, the one and only Miss Doll Freaky.
Hello! Pardon the intrusion.
Hey, you're welcome anytime in the middle of a show. At the end of the show, you're welcome anytime, Allie.
Thank you, guys.
We
I'm
love
sorry I'm so
you.
late. I love
We
you
love
too.
our fan of the
It's
years.
so nice to see your faces. How's everyone doing?
What's up,
Great.
man?
How about you?
Good. How are you?
I want to know how your heart and your mind is doing after these past couple of days.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's been a roller coaster. I think we're all on the same page. Monday was
Yeah.
so rough. Like that was way too much information at once and stimuli and emotions. And we all try not to get attached to these guys, but it's hard. Like
It's
when
hard.
we're invested as we are.
It's very hard when not only invested as we are, but when you get to know them and they get to know you and stuff, it makes it that much harder to see them to go to another team, especially an opposing team that's in your conference or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
even
Absolutely.
worse. Yeah, it's terrible when you go to the AFC East teams. But yeah, no, but I'm recovered now because I think things are looking up. So luckily they made quick
Absolutely.
work of it.
Well, I know I don't know some of the players. I only know like 2 out of the 6 picks or 6 people that they've got signing.
No, we have 9 or 10. No, we have 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I only know 2 or 3 of them that I'm familiar with. The others I'm really not familiar with. So
6, 7. I got 9 on my list that so far they've signed.
I heard a statistic that said that the Dolphins signed more free agents in the first 3 days this time around than like last year off season. I don't know how true that is or not, but it feels like it.
It
Feels
does
like
feel
we-
like
Oh,
it.
no,
No,
a lot more.
absolutely. No, absolutely.
It's just not any big names that everyone's kind of glamoring onto. And I'm not a big name guy, man. I think you win these. I think a lot of these teams win without the big name guy. I mean, I hate to say this team's name, but the Patriots won it with a bunch of nobodies and then one guy throwing the ball around.
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah, no, it is true. A lot of the games are won with the younger guys that are wanting it, and when you have these guys that have made it and they get pushed around to different teams, they're like, I'm getting the money, I don't care anymore, and
And
stuff
they're
like
out.
that.
Right. Yep.
And that's why
also-
that's why I love Sealer so much. That guy got his contract and then played out of his mind all year.
He
Played
sure
way
did.
above.
He played
It's-
he balled, man.
No,
We need
it's-
more of those guys. We need more $10 million guys, dude. We don't need these $40 million guys all over the field.
Well,
We need,
it's like the passion I saw Nick Chubb playing with most of the year. I mean, he was out there raising hell, giving them hell, knocking them on their ass and everything. And he was just, I know he's not going to be in the first part of the year, but. And then did you all see the video of JP walking without a limp today?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he's coming around.
And boxing also. He was boxing today too.
Yes, I saw the
Yeah.
boxing
Exactly.
video.
Mhm.
I didn't see the boxing video yet, but I
Yeah, he
haven't
was
been
boxing
on.
today.
I've been trying to do a nice thing. I went down to help my father-in-law try and get up out of bed and get him to the hospital. Well, we had to call an ambulance, and when he got in the hospital, it was later that day we found out he had COVID. So I came down with it. My wife came down with it.
No.
My mother-in-law
my
came down with
goodness.
it. So I'm getting the other end of it, but I'm still a little congested and stuff.
I'm
Hope you
super
feel better,
sorry to
Paul.
hear
Feel better,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Feel better.
Well, you guys make me feel good. I love being on the show. I'm serious.
Hello.
You Biggie, I don't know if you've heard me before, but the Dolphins, the DolFans, my family, my Finn family, just in the last 2 years, 3 years ago, I was in the dark. I didn't want to move on. I didn't want to go nowhere. And then I got my season tickets and started being my social butterfly, which my wife says I am her social butterfly as well. And of course, she is very, very upset that AVG is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
with
A lot of
her.
us are.
Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you, this is a woman who really knew very little about football until this year. And she got into it so much that she actually never asked for a jersey before, and she wanted AVG's jersey. Well, now she doesn't. He's not on our team.
Oh, okay.
We got to find another good player for her to fall in love with.
No, she can still get an AVG jersey, and she can get it cheap
Yeah, absolutely.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get it
let's
cheap
do
now.
that.
That's right.
That's right.
Fire sale.
I'll never,
That's
I'll
right.
never buy a jersey
Well,
again.
maybe I can pick one up at the yard sale.
There you go.
Give
There
it a
you
few
go.
weeks, but seriously, like then check Mercari and Poshmark and all those resale places. I find stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know, Paul, to your point, I think what's interesting is before I became fan of the year, I knew some people, and obviously I've had an opportunity to meet a lot more people that I've ever known before. But social media has really brought all of us together, which I think is huge.
Yes.
You know, East 12, East 32, where we all meet up. We had this Miami Dolphins feedback session last week at Hard Rock, and they said, "Would you ever consider going in before the game?" I said, "Hell no. I'm going to the tailgate because I love seeing everybody that comes by. You guys are faces on a screen. I probably won't see you in person until August, and I'll give you all hugs and fives because I love spending time with other Dolphins fans, especially
Hugs and fives. Love that.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we don't know if X-Man's going to have his celebrity softball game this year down here.
Well, now that that he's been cut, I doubt it.
Don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Hopefully someone does
yet?
some. Yeah, no,
No,
I
they
don't-
can't sign until after June 1st.
Yeah,
Correct.
he's not officially
June
released
1st,
until after
yeah.
June 1st.
Mhm.
But I hope someone does something down there that I can go to again.
Me too. I need a reason to come down to Florida before September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, training camp
Well,
for sure. Oh, and we do actually have the draft party hopefully in April. Hopefully
Mhm.
that's something.
Tra-
I don't
Well,
know.
training camp I can't make. That's August. That's the end of my busy. Well, I'm busy all the time, but that's right before school goes back. So I got to work as much as I can, put as much away as I can so that I can fly down for every home game.
I won't be able to go to the draft party because I'll be on a cruise that week.
Oh,
Nice.
That's fun.
Nice.
But that weekend before, everybody's welcome at my house on that Friday, Saturday for the, as I say, it's Papa Paul's Earth Day pre-draft party.
Yep.
And I say Earth Day only because Earth Day is actually on my birthday.
Oh, perfect.
April 22nd is Earth Day. So this way, I'm not celebrating my birthday. I'm celebrating Earth Day.
Earth Day.
You still get 1 year older.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
No, I only get a day older.
It happens to the best of us.
I only get a day older on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only one day.
Denise asked when is the draft party?
Yeah, Denise.
The pre-draft parties, well, I telling people to come in on the 19th. The main party is the 20th. Anybody who wants to barbecue, we're going to try and get enough people to do a little barbecue cook-off. $50 a person. Cook whatever you want, your favorite dish. It doesn't have to be barbecue. It could just be a side dish or something. And the winner takes all, but it's judged by the people.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Okay.
And then the
Yep.
official, and I think they're going to announce it soon, is from what I've heard. The official draft party for the Miami Dolphins will be the Thursday. It's usually the first night, and I think
the opening
Right.
night of the draft.
exactly. And I think they're going to
Okay,
open the
yeah.
stadium again.
And
which
I don't get
great.
get back from my cruise until that Friday morning.
Well, we'll be thinking about you in Miami, enjoying your cocktails and eating as much as you want on that wonderful cruise. that you're gonna go
Right.
on.
I
Right.
will.
All right. I'm just telling you, y'all won't see me outside until like end of October.
What?
I'm Florida born and raised, been here my whole life, but I can't take that damn heat no more. I am like, I'm in the AC, the little fans blowing.
No, come on, Pam. Well, don't forget now. So we have Southwest Florida, our beach bash, which is gonna have a new name this year, but that's gonna be June 8th. I would love it if you guys would come. Yes, Dolphin Winters has my flag.
Yay!
Are you
Dolphin
having
Winters
it?
got it.
Are you having it in the same place?
Same place, Paul. I want to see you on the high dive like last time. But yeah, same place,
What?
Lazy Springs. I haven't announced anything or like made a flyer.
I'll be on the high dive if someone else will dive off it like I did.
I don't even know how to do that. So, but I could work on it. We have plenty of months to get there. But yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing that we did was like a full weekend. Big tailgate on Saturday into Sunday, and then we stay over and we camp and we do campfires. And last year we had a Panthers watch party. They're like out, right next to the lake and everything. So if hockey's
Nice.
still going on, we'll have something. And then obviously like it's just like East 12 Lakeside. So I hope you guys will come.
Allie, you need to do a synchronized swimming, do a celebration like the Dolphins are known for their celebrations. You guys got to do some kind of a synchronized celebration in the water.
Listen,
There you
I'm
go.
ready to go all out. So all suggestions are welcome.
A Raheem Mostert surfboard challenge.
Yeah.
How long
And
do
there you
stay on
go.
the
There you
surfboard
go.
for? There
That's
you go.
nice.
All right,
I'm
guys. I
willing
actually
to
have to.
push Papa Paul off the high dive. That's what I'm willing to do.
We can raise money for that.
Well,
we can raise money for
Miss
that.
Pam, I don't think you would climb up there.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now you've dared me. It's like double dog dare. I'm there now. Now I'm gonna have to put you off the high dive. Sorry, I'm up.
Yep. I'll give $10 to the charity if Pam goes up there and pushes Paul off.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh.
I got
Well,
$20. $20 says Pam won't climb up.
Oh,
We're already making a lot of
Well,
money here.
let me tell you.
double dog dare.
Let me tell you. It's a huff and a puff just walking up to the dive itself.
Oh
It
yeah.
I will huff and I will puff and I will blow you off that stand.
And you don't realize how high it is until you get up
But-
there. I was actually
Right,
But
right.
Keith Mathney and Finn Sticky were like, they're jumping off and they're like, that's high. I'm like, that's nothing. I'll dive off of that. Go ahead. I'm like, well, why should I?
He did.
Like, and then they're like, oh, they look at each other and go, there's people that do and people that don't. I'm like,
Right.
okay, fine.
Don't.
Hopefully the zip
I'm
line
one
is
of those-
working this year.
All right,
One of
listen,
those
guys.
people that don't.
I gotta head out.
Bye,
But
Ian.
I gotta say
Bye,
goodnight.
Biggie.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Oh,
It's
so
so
great to have you here.
Big E, tell the wife thank you for letting you join us.
I will. I'll have to wake her up, but I'll tell her. Bye.
Peace, love,
and fins up,
Peace,
brother.
love, fins up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta head out too, guys. So it's been great. It's been great seeing you all too.
Chris.
Hey, Chris,
Chris.
peace, love, and fins
Good
up,
seeing you,
brother.
Chris.
Peace, love, and fins up, Chris. Thank you for
Chris,
joining
Bye,
us.
Before you go,
Brother,
No.
40.
Chris, don't
Yes,
go
sir.
yet. I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you.
Sure.
Every time I watch a Dolphins game and you're out, whatever field you're at, and I see you in that crowd, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, that's our Dolphin love right there. It makes me so happy to see you all over the country, all over the
Hey, I
world at
appreciate
the
the love and
Dolphins
support.
games. I love
Steady
it.
repping.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support from you guys.
One day when I grow up, I want to be just like you, Chris.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
heck yeah. Come on board. Let's all
Me
join in on
too.
the fun.
Have
Peace,
a good
love,
night,
fins
Chris.
up,
We'll
Chris.
talk to you later,
Have a
brother.
good night,
brother.
Fins up,
Fins up.
Chris.
Let's go. See ya.
So, Allie, you're happy right now with the picks we've been signing, the free agents we've been signing?
I mean, yeah, I'm like satisfied. I feel like a lot of these guys fulfill the need for now. Like I know they're short contracts, but they were cheap, and that was what we needed right now. Like being in that salary cap hell, there was just, no really easy way out of it, unfortunately. And luckily, like I'm very excited about Jordan Poyer joining us and Shaq Barrett. Those guys are tried and true vets. So I think it's starting to look up. Obviously, we still have some work to do on defense, and O-line needs some help. And if we have to wait for the draft, then so be it. But there's still some free agents out there that we can sign, and so I'm really not that worried at this point. I was definitely tragically devastated Monday.
Mhm.
I knew I always have faith in the organization, and the front office made real quick work of it. So we just got to trust the process, guys. That's it.
Well, Allie, you know as well as I do that we both are familiar with Shaq Barrett since we both kind of live in Buccaneer
Yes.
territory.
Yeah, I follow the Bucks pretty closely, actually. Just obviously because of proximity, but I have so many Buccaneers friends. So yeah, great pickup. They were all very upset to see him go, and they had great things to say about him. When I asked,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it seems
my
like a solid
son-in-law, loved him too when he was here and stuff, and that was actually one of the first jerseys I got him was a Shaq Barrett jersey.
Oh,
Nice.
Well, now you can get him a
Very
Dolphins
nice.
one.
I don't know
Yeah,
if he'll
that's
take
right.
it. He's a diehard Buck. He won't touch it.
Yeah. And I think, there was talk about Poyer joining the Fins. Obviously, I know they have a home down here. They spend time here in the off season and everything. And it seems like the topic of discussion today is Rachel Bush, not so much Poyer.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, anyway, I mean, that's a great guy too. And, I'm happy to take anyone from the Bills. So we'll see how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
goes.
Two Bills.
We got
Yes.
two Bills.
We
Yeah.
picked
got,
up Neil as well.
Yeah, Saran Neal.
Yep.
So
And
yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah. It's been crazy up and down. I'm still pouting over in the corner. I'm definitely still whining.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, we definitely lost so many guys last week, even, and then to have, we knew Wilkins was probably not coming back. I think we were
Yeah,
all
I
mentally
think we
prepared.
all knew that in one way or
Yeah.
another. Yeah.
But at the same time, I thought, okay, they let Wilkins go. They should be able to free up the money for AVG. And I was surprised. I was surprised that it didn't work out.
I think they wanted to move home, Allie. I think they wanted to move
Yeah.
closer to home.
Yes.
They did.
I honestly do. I think he loved it there, but they just needed to move home because that's the only other reason. That's the
Well,
only
yeah.
other reason he left.
He's a Midwest guy. He wanted to be closer to home. He likes the cold weather in the winter, and
And
you know,
And they have a family. So, that's
well,
very
yeah,
important.
they
They're
have
people.
family up there, and they're
Yes.
just like you and me. We want to be close to family.
Right. I
And,
get it.
and guess what? I think Van Ginkel is going to end up being a possible Man of the Year candidate. Up there because he's big in the community outreach stuff where they're up in Iowa. So.
Oh, yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
He's an
Sam Van Ginkel
amazing
had a lot
young
to do with
man.
that too. Yeah, she's very
Yeah.
involved in it as well. So
Yeah. He is an
Terrible loss.
amazing young man. Yep. Got to support them. And of course, the minute we play against them, I'm going to trash them big time. And I'm done. So.
yes, for sure. And like with Wilkins going to the Raiders, my father-in-law is a huge Raiders fan, and he's already like in my Golf Freaky fan page, like trashing me and like posted. There's a horrible picture. I shouldn't even bring this up because it's only gonna bring bad attention
More
to me.
attention.
I was pregnant and large and in charge, and I had the bet was that if the Dolphins lost, I had to wear this Raiders hat. He has this horrible picture. It is just, ugh. And this man went on my Doll Freaky page and posted it up there, and I'm like, I officially hate you now.
Right.
This is the first family battle that
We'll
have.
turn your grandchildren against you. You're done now.
He's so pissed that I changed his son and that I'm raising DolFans.
That's
Too
right.
bad.
Well,
I
too
hope
bad.
you're watching
Well,
that.
you know what, Allie, his son is a young man. You're a beautiful young woman. You know, he's going to go where you are more than
That's
where his
right.
dad's going.
Sorry, not sorry.
So-
Sorry, not sorry.
But,
My mission
you
in
know-
life is to recruit more Dolphins fans.
Yep. You know, at least we did keep a little bit of depth to our O-line with re-signing Robert Jones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's depth, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
That's what we needed last year was the depth. And
And we're getting Armstead back, but you know, we lost Hunt, which is pretty sad. But
It's bad.
I mean, we couldn't
yeah.
afford that
Yeah.
contract. Let's just be
No.
honest.
He got paid.
Listen,
nice.
let's be honest. With what these guys, we were talking about this before. With what these guys all signed for, it came out to $275 million.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford that.
Exactly.
You're not
No.
keeping them.
And you know what? I mean, I think honestly and truly, the way I read it, what Hunt had posted is that he was even shocked that he got that much.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, at the beginning of
So-
free agency, teams are willing to overpay.
Right, and with the cap being
Right.
raised, it made it
Yeah.
all possible.
MCJB, thank you for joining us, brother. I will have a flyer out on the next talk show next week for the party. Don't forget, you got to go to Allie's party, which is not going to be the beach bash. Well, it's a beach bash, but it's going to be called something different.
Sorry, I'm eating. We're calling it Jamboree.
Jamboree.
I want to put it on my calendar. I need to get it all on my calendar because otherwise, boop, it's out of my head.
Write it down.
Mm-hmm,
I'll remind you.
Thank you. Thank
I'll-
you. I
I'll be up
appreciate
in your
it.
DMs.
There you go. And
Here's the thing,
MCJB.
Ali, I'm going to see Uncle Russ that week.
Chick funny.
Oh, I'm
going
so
to
jealous.
That week.
You guys probably
Going
don't
to the
even know
Yankees
Uncle
Red Sox
Russ.
game with him.
Uncle Russ is like the freaking shit, man. I love him.
Oh,
I'm
they know.
jealous.
I had him on the show. No, we had Russell on the show last
You good?
year when I went up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
How did
when
I miss
I'm
that?
gonna have him on the show. Yeah, and
Well-
I'm gonna have him on the show that week, the week after your Jamboree. I'm gonna have him on that week.
Good. Good.
I'll remind you.
Yeah, no, he's awesome people. And, you know, it's crazy because, like, obviously hockey's in full swing right now. And
Well,
I'm a
there's-
Rangers fan. He keeps me abreast of every play, dude. Like, my phone is constantly going off with Uncle Russell. Constantly.
Well, Allie, the show we had with Russell on, it was so crazy that OJ jumped on in the middle of the show to talk to him.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bet he loved that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He did love it.
He
Yeah.
must have. Well, he's so great. He's like not my
Yeah.
real uncle, but like I feel like he is.
Yeah, because OJ's been on with us 3 or 4 times.
See, that's what I love about
But he
OJ. Like,
popped
he's not
on
afraid to
that.
interact with the fans. You know, some of them are afraid. They don't really want to.
No,
Be too
OJ is
friendly.
cool as anything.
If you saw him play back in the day, you'd be all that much more impressed. OJ McDuffie was the dude. And I mean, I love OJ McDuffie, and just in that whole era, the watching the Dolphins, I mean, it was just our time. You know what I mean? Like, we were just so bad to the bone. Our offense was, it was just fun. Every game, you did not know what was going to happen. And OJ McDuffie was a part of that. And I just love
Okay.
him. I love, like you said, Dolfricky, that he's part of the fans. He loves coming out here and talking to the fans. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to welcome to the panel Todd, MCJB, and Mr. Polk.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, how's
Yeah,
everybody
what
doing?
it do? What it do? ¿Qué pasó?
I know I said I was going to come up here. I know I said I was going to come up here and want to vent about Greer. The one
There you
thing
go.
the one thing that's
I
got
mean,
me
you could do
upset.
your thing, but I mean, my whole thing is right now. I've been having
We're going to let you talk calmly about Greer on your opinion.
I
and
will
then
talk
we'll
calmly.
see.
My biggest beef is we had a chance to get a couple running backs who can stay healthy. I'm sick of our running backs at the end of the season when it matters being banged up and on the sidelines. And then you let one of them go to Baltimore for $8 million, where you could have cut Jeff, made it a $6 million deal. You know, it would have worked out. The only thing that's my biggest beef right now, is because that's what we're missing at the end of the season when it's cold.
No,
And
I think we're good with our running backs, to be honest with you.
I don't, because they never stay on the field healthy.
No, but
That's not Greer's fault.
But injuries
That-
are
No.
in the NFL.
You need to fix it.
First of all, it was Devon Achayan's rookie year.
Right.
He's still getting used to things. Second of all, Mercer had his best year ever last year.
Yes, but when it was crunch time, he was hurt at the end of the year and missed games and didn't play well.
He was hurt most of the year, not just at the end of the year. He still balled out even when he was hurt.
Balled out.
I think we need a power back. We need somebody who we can count on.
We have Chris Brooks coming back.
But he's already another one that's been banged up, and he re-aggravated it when he was coming back.
But
I wouldn't mind seeing us take a flyer at an AJ Dillon right now, who got cut free from Green Bay on a cheap 1-year deal. See what he can do.
If anything, they will look at a late round draft pick, probably.
But the one thing I want Greer to do,
or a UDFA.
But the one thing I want Greer to do is get ahead of these contracts. I want him to start signing some of our young core before he waits for market value later on.
That should be your biggest beef
right
there.
And if he were to start doing that with the post June 1st money, I'd be happy as anything all of a sudden again. Start getting Holland signed.
He tried to get Wilkins, man. He tried to sign Wilkins last year. They offered him good money.
He waited.
He waited too long.
He waited one year
should have
too
done
long
it
with
the year.
Wilkins.
That's right.
And
exactly.
right now you got to start worrying about Javon Holland, Jalen Phillips.
He didn't wait. Wilkins didn't have a great year until last year. He didn't wait, man. He handled it right. He needs to handle more contracts sooner. And we don't know when he tried to handle Wilkins. We know he did last year, but he tried the year before, probably.
He could have handled Hunt. He could have handled Hunt before the season, before everything blew up with the guard market.
How do we know he didn't?
Right.
Well,
how do we know? Like, he took $20 million. He took $20 million. He got way more than we offered him. I'm sure we offered him money, dude. We drafted him. Chris Greer said in his interviews that he wants to keep the talent he drafted, but it doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen.
And I understand, but it goes all the way back, even with Landry's contracts. He's always waited too long. He waits till last minute to do these. He needs to get ahead of it.
That's what he tried to get Landry too. He offered Landry a good contract. And dude, you know, it's funny you bring that up. I mentioned 3 players this week that I had beef with, and Landry was one of them. Wilkins is another one. Dude, these guys are turning down big contracts to get a little bit more money. It didn't work out for Landry, did it? No, it sure didn't. Name me one guy, maybe Sue, Dominican Sue. He wanted more money from us, and we let him go, and then he ended up going and getting a ring. But who's left our team? Who's left our team and got more money and a ring? Who's done it?
I will say the one pickup I love that he did was Jordan Brooks. I think that's going to be a very good player. We finally have a linebacker who can cover, and that is something we've been waiting for since probably Zach Thomas.
Okay, I'm happy with Poy also.
Yeah, me too.
I want to make us.
I tell you, I the way I see things, Greer is a master with the contracts and stuff. And I think with all the free agents that we let go this year, maybe he's trying to get ahead a little bit on these contracts and stuff.
I'm hoping.
Time to figure it out, though.
No,
he's
problem.
Time, and my issue is he's real good at the art of the deal. Right. So he is wheeling and dealing. He's making the deal. But on the backside, he's fallen off. He has to get ahead of these guys. And I disagree with the thought that Christian Wilkins wasn't good until last year. Christian Wilkins was a good player the day we drafted him. I mean,
Yeah, he was
he
good.
was a
You're right.
young
He was
player.
good. That he wanted a elite contract. He was good.
Right.
You're right, Pim. But until last year, he wasn't a well-rounded. He wasn't well. He didn't get the sacks. He got
But
sacks this
until
year, but
last,
he gave up
But
some
I
of the runs.
but until last
I
year,
get the sack thing, but that wasn't his position. You know what I mean? So other people were in those positions to get the sacks, and he was holding down his side all the time. Like he held his side, and other people got the sacks because they weren't going towards him.
see,
So
here's the
I know a lot of people want to look at those numbers, but I don't take a lot of stock in stats because I think they can be, tricky.
Well, listen, there's
I
stats
agree with
for
you,
everything.
Pam.
If you look at it, Christian Wilkins was actually rated one of the highest defensive linemen in the league this year, where 13 sacks were created because he was double teamed. He doesn't get credit for that. The
Right.
problem is whenever somebody starts getting on Greer, it kind of grates me because you don't know the contracts. You don't know the context of what has gone on before they get to this
Exactly.
point. Okay.
True.
He could be
True.
talking. Christian Wilkins, if you remember, and a lot of people that are bitching about Greer right now were saying after year one, Christian Wilkins was a bust.
Yeah.
Year two,
Was.
he improved. Year three, he got even better. So
but see,
Greer might
I,
have gone to him and said, hey, listen, I'll give you this contract. And he denied it. We don't have privy to all these conversations that happen inside the building. And that's what drives me nuts when people want to sit here. Like somebody just put up
listen,
before, Greer's the worst GM in the league. No, he's not. He's not even close to the worst GM in the league.
no, listen,
That is
overall,
ridiculous and silly
hey,
to say because you are not privy to what goes on in that building. None of us are.
And you're
overall,
also
I've always,
And
limited
also
on
too,
when you can.
I'm gonna make a comment that you gotta look at this also. When he took over from Tannenbaum, we had bad cap space. This man cleared up the cap space. He also got his first round picks for one season going and also into the next season. So he did what he can do as a
I
general
have,
manager.
And even
Let me
2
finish.
years after
There's
Tannenbaum
no
left.
such thing as a perfect general manager. I'm
No.
sorry to
Hey,
say
look,
listen,
that.
I've
even
always,
after Tannenbaum left, he was still in Ross's ear. So Greer was still having to overcome Tannenbaum
hey,
even after he left.
Right.
hey, overall,
So that's good insight.
I've always had Greer's back. I'm saying I have always
How
had it,
many times are
but
we
I was
watching
just getting aggravated this year.
how many
Right.
times do we watch the NFL and see and we're watching a game that the Dolphins aren't playing? We go, oh wow, there's an
Real quick,
ex-Dolphin drafted
hey,
player.
real quick,
1,000 times.
winners, just so you know,
Yeah,
winners,
All
I
time.
set you
Greer's
out for a
talent.
second. I set you out for a second. We're only allowed 10 people on at a time. Okay, Todd, you had your say. I'm going to put you in the back room.
All right,
So
hey, Allie, do me a favor. Tell Paris I said hello. I haven't talked to him in a while.
I honestly haven't in a while either, but I will.
I will tell
All
him.
right.
I talk to him
I
every
talked
once
to
in a
him
while
too because
still.
he called
Y'all
me
have a
yesterday.
good one.
You, Todd.
Bye, Todd.
What's up, Hooked Up Joe?
Hey, hooked up.
And
Hey,
Shake
how's it
Money.
going?
What's
And
going
Shake
on?
Money. What's up, brother?
Hey,
What's up, Shake
Hey,
Money?
Shay.
We got
What's
Manly up here.
up, brother?
And then see,
What's going on? Hey, I just gotta say, bye bye Power Rangers. Bye.
Listen,
Oh my goodness.
you earned that Big Spoon Award, dude. You earned it. I'm gonna you Big Spoon Award.
Bye bye
I don't know if
Power
y'all saw the
Rangers.
Big Spoon
No.
Award that I
What
Now,
are you
gave
now,
to
talking
now,
about?
now
someone.
he can worry about grabbing Patrick Mahomes junk.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! I'm gonna beat him over the head with the Big Spoon
Hey,
Award.
listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
What's up,
You
Shake?
What's going
have
on,
to
Allie?
see
How you
it,
doing?
Hey, you
Allie. You have
guys,
to see the Big Spoon
I'm getting
Award.
called
Yeah,
in
I
for
have no idea
dinner.
what you're talking
It's
about.
7 o'clock out here. I gotta bounce, you guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Mark.
send
Hey, Mark,
Peace,
thanks
All
for
love,
right.
and
coming
fins
on,
up, brother. Tell
Mark.
Rusty we said
I
hello.
love, I
Yeah,
love
Before
all
you're
you
you
more than
go,
guys.
welcome to
Mark.
join us.
Yeah.
More than
Good
welcome to
meet you, my
join us
brother.
anytime, Mark. You have a wonderful night. Peace, love, and fins up, family.
Peace,
Peace,
Before
love.
you
love,
go,
fins up,
Mark,
brother.
I just want to tell you,
Peace, love, and
I
fins
was
up,
telling
Mark.
these guys how many years we've known each other, and I just want to tell you, as my Finn's brother, I just love you, and Thanks for always being such a good Dolphin fan and organizing all the things you do. I love you, brother, and give Rusty a hug from me.
I will. I love all you guys too. It's a pleasure to bring us all together. I love it.
Always good to see you, brother.
We'll talk to you all soon.
We'll be doing it every year, man. Take care.
Love you guys.
Bye, Mark.
By the way, when's the next beach party at? Where her is going to be moved?
Yes.
When is
I'm
it?
so glad you asked.
Oh,
June 8th and 9th. Same place as last year at the Lazy Springs.
Okay, perfect. I might jump in this time.
Yes. You need to.
I'm going to
By the
push
way,
you up.
see that hat?
I'm put some Papa
Hey,
Pop.
see that hat behind me?
Yeah.
I went to Dolph Freaky's watch party. Unfortunately, it was a loss to Buffalo, but I got that hat signed by Zach Thomas.
I was gonna say that was the Zach Thomas game when he surprised us all.
Real quick,
was so amazing.
Emilio, who was here as representative to Armando, got lost connection. He said, "Thanks for having him on. We thank you for being with
Thanks
us,
for being here, brother."
Thanks, Emilio.
Emilio.
Good to meet you.
I don't know if you know the movie. Emilio.
Yeah, that was Night at the Roxbury, baby.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, I thought you were thinking of Rocky and Adrian.
No,
but
this is Emilio.
You know how many times I've heard that living here, bro? Please. I think I know every Rocky movie frontward and backward. Literally.
You've been on the steps, right, Dolphin winners? You've been on the steps. Where he's ready.
I have too many times.
Oh, listen, sis, you already know. You already know.
We used to hang out. that was a daily workout going up the steps.
Oh man.
Believe it. No, I believe it. Oh, steps ain't no joke.
No, but I like the job Chris Greer has done so far. Look, at the end of the day, the one thing I could admire about Chris Greer is that he's not overpaying players, and he's not he's getting value for his picks. At the end of the day, he reckoned. Look, I didn't hate Christian Wilkins. I just didn't think he was a Warren Sapp. I don't think he's worth $28, $30 million.
Nope.
If it would have been $20 million, that would have been right up the alley. You know what I'm saying? That would have been perfect. But he did. He held his ground. I think he's putting depth in there, whatever. And I think we'll be just fine.
Yep. I agree.
The only thing Christian Wilkins was missing in being a Warren Sapp is he wasn't quite as big a smartass as Warren Sapp. I love Warren Sapp. I loved his sense of humor. Yeah, but Warren Sapp and you want to talk smartass funny. I will never in my life forget watching him skip through the Tennessee Titans warm-up on the field with his helmet in his hand like it's a little basket. And he is swinging that helmet and skipping through their warm-up. It was so hysterical. He totally got fined, but it was totally worth it. I'd have paid the money myself because it was hysterical. It was the best. If you haven't seen it, Google it.
I got one better for you.
Go ahead.
I got one better for you. Living in Philly and being a young buck in Philly, I remember when the Veterans Stadium got closed and they opened up they closed the Veterans Stadium by beating the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. And then they opened up the link, excuse me, with a shutout. They shut the Philadelphia Eagles out as defending Super Bowl champions in their own home. He was talking more smack than a little.
I love it. I love him. Loved him.
Being from around here in Tampa and all, I know Warren Sapp very well.
By the way, how did you like the Philly invasion going back home?
Oof.
Allie, how did you like going back home, Allie?
I loved it. You know, it was fun because like we had such a fun party the day before the game. That was one of my favorite parties. We were just cutting a rug up there. Me and Dolphin winners. We had so
Dolphin
much
winners
fun.
can cut a rug. I know we can.
Yes, he
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
That's right, a little bit. I do a little something, a little bit.
And that's coming from a professional. Hello, professional dance teacher right here telling you the man can cut a
You know,
rug.
I
I've seen it.
Yeah. But I did not love the game experience. They were brutal to
Whatever my
us.
Brutal.
I didn't like that part one bit.
Yeah.
I heard some that I actually have never heard in my life and will never reiterate.
Well, that's the reason why they're like voted one of the worst stadiums to visit. So
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
all true, 100%.
Yes,
Philly
it
lost,
is.
bro.
They were like this close to the back of my head,
Philly
in my face, chasing us out of that stadium. And you know what? It wasn't too bad until they realized that we were definitely going to lose. And then they just started on us. Like a whole elevator of them opened up and they're like, oh, F, F, F. And I was just like, wow, like you guys won and you're behaving like this. Imagine if you had lost. They probably would have killed us.
Killed
Yeah.
you.
We wouldn't
And they
have made it
didn't
out.
really win, though. You think about that game, that was handed to them by the referees. Not one single
disgusting.
penalty yard
Mhm.
against Philadelphia. And they get gifted that game and they're going to have that attitude. I'm
Oh.
thinking, man, y'all are stupid. They're just
And it
stupid.
persisted. It persisted, leaving the hotel that the day after, walking through the airport employees. I have my children with me and they're going off.
Oh
Even
my
until I
God.
got off the plane back in Fort Myers, the air crew was still going off. I'm like, that's it. I'm officially done with Philadelphia. I'm done.
Yeah. Oh,
I left
man.
for a reason.
Man.
so it's not always sunny in Philadelphia.
No.
Not
Dolphin
the
winners
city
can
of
tell you
love.
about
It's
it.
not.
Hey, I was there too.
No.
I know. You had a
I'm gonna
better
tell you the only
experience than
reason
me.
why
They
I'm
were
gonna
screaming at us in the parking lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess the only good thing in Philadelphia is Winters and Cruz Ruiz.
That's
Yes.
it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I rode the train because remember I left you guys on the level, and I went to train. They wasn't saying nothing to me because I think they knew they like this dude ain't small. So yeah, I wasn't playing that shit.
Well,
Like,
you're
can
on
talk
if
some
you're
shit,
on
it's
the
not a
if you're on the
problem.
train, if you're on the train, they know you're from there.
True.
There's nobody who's not from there is going to be on that train.
That's right.
I can tell you though,
You got
Dolphin
some
winners,
that-
how many
you got
times
some
did
that
I
do it, but yeah.
How many times, Dolphin winners, before that game did I warn you and say, be careful, be careful, be careful? Because I knew it was going to be so nasty. I was so afraid for you. And I know you're from there,
I'll say this.
but man, I was afraid.
Right.
Yeah, but
They
no
have
harm
a
came
fitting
to us.
coach.
Hey,
No, we had a great party Saturday
I'll
night.
leave it as this.
I would have ended up in
Yeah,
jail.
definitely.
I started to
Like,
go off at
it
one
is.
point,
At
like
the
my
end of
mouth
the-
just was running. I'm like, don't do
Hey,
that.
by the way,
Yes.
how do I listen to your new podcast? I've been trying to find that for the longest.
Yeah, so it's the PFN Miami Dolphins podcast. So if you go on Pro Football Network on YouTube, you can find it there every Wednesday. So a new
Okay.
little endeavor I'm trying out. It's kind of
Okay,
different.
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It's been fun so
Congratulations.
far. Yeah, it's kind
Yeah,
of like
that is
forcing me
huge.
to get into like the real like nitty gritty of like free agency and contract. You know, like all the stuff that I usually just kind of, you know, you see the alerts and you're like, okay, cool. But now like having to speak on it is different. You know, like you kind of have to really know it. So it's a little bit awkward for me, and I'm still feeling it out. So we'll see how it goes.
Is the links on your Twitter?
Yeah, I just posted it to Twitter today. It's also in my story on Instagram and Facebook. So
Okay.
the quick links. There's Spotify
Sweet.
as well.
Definitely want
With
to
my
support
co-host,
that.
yeah, my co-host Adam Beasley reached out. Like we had met, I don't know, was it not last season, the season before last in Buffalo, and you know, it's like these casual like connections that you make with people. You never know like what it's going to lead to, and then you know all of a sudden he reached out and he's like, I want to offer you a thing with PFN, and I'm like, what? I'm like, that's crazy. Like I'm not even sure I'm knowledgeable. I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this. And he's like, well, you think about it. And I was like, all right, I'll pray on it a little bit. And then I was like, I'd be an idiot to pass up, any sort of opportunity. You should never say no to an opportunity before you tried it out. So I'm rolling with it.
And you know what you know, girl.
Congratulations.
You know what you know.
Yeah.
So I just love, don't forget, I love the fact that you're a young woman that has taken your Dolphin fandom to the next level. Back in the day, there weren't many of us at all, but you have taken it to the next level. You've commanded respect of these guys. They give you the respect. You're there, you're authentic, and I just love it. I totally support you. And I thank you for doing that for all the girls for football all these years. So thank you for what
Thank
you
you,
do. I
Pam.
appreciate it.
And I tell you what, if you're in the Southwest area, I've been to a few of the watch parties, and the thing I like about what she does is she goes around and she talks to everybody there, make sure that they're having a good time, and make sure that they're being heard. And if they have any
She's the
concerns, or stuff like
friendliest
that,
of the friendly. She's
I
super
try,
sweet.
I just want people to be happy, and even if it's at my own expense, like I can't change that about myself. And I can only be who I am. And those watch parties are just so much fun. And I wish I could be everywhere at once, honestly, because I feel like I never get a chance to really sit down with people and get a good conversation with people. But what I love about those watch parties is that people come from everywhere. It's not just, Southwest Florida, and they keep coming back. So I'm like, okay, we're doing something right. Like we're building something here. And so if you guys haven't been, you should come sometime. Our last one was so fun for the Kansas City game. We had fake snowballs and everybody was just wailing snowballs everywhere. And I like that corny kind of stuff. Like some people are just like, whatever. I'm like, no, I want it to be something different and fun all the time. So
I like the fact that when there's a first down, that's another. Everybody's like, that's another Miami Dolphins first down. Or as soon as somebody scores, everybody starts singing the Dolphin fight song. It's to be honest with you, it has a game atmosphere. It has a game atmosphere, but no, I really do feel it does feel like I'm at a game because everybody's high fiving, everybody's cheering.
Nice.
That's what we try for. So, the more people who show out and participate, the better. And this year we brought in a great DJ. Christopher Linden was just amazing. He dresses up like Jack Sparrow and he's just, great DJ. So we've really tried to up it this year. And, thanks to having, higher attendance and, more people supporting the club, we can do things like that. So
amazing.
I'm looking forward to it again this year. Like I'm already getting hype.
That's amazing.
Can I add something? Dolphins also helped a brother of mine's, Paris Love, get started. I was there with Paris Love first started his YouTube, his platform.
Yeah, Dolphin Nation 305. That was our first collaboration thing. Yeah.
Right. I was there when he got it started, and he.
Oh yeah.
You were the main one that helped him to get started. So kudos to you, Dolphin, for doing that.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun too. And I don't do so much of that now. Like the Facebook groups and sort of things tend to get a little bit out of hand. So I've stepped away from some of that just, for personal reasons. But that was such a fun thing to do, especially because we started that during COVID. And we were just like, how can we entertain people who are stuck at home? And everything changed. When you think about that, what we were doing before COVID is so different than, what we do now. And we didn't even have platforms like this, before that. And so, I think all those Facebook groups and everything really set the tone for what we're doing now. And finding ways to be connected, even though all of us are in a different place right now. So thank you for saying that. I miss Paris. I got to reach out to him, and I'm glad you brought him up.
He's a wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. We love him.
I hope he's doing well.
I'm hoping that we could try to get him Fan of the Year next year.
Yeah. Who's it going to be this year? I don't know.
Papa Paul.
Conversation,
Papa Paul.
What?
The next
possible Fan of the Year, Papa Paul.
I am not nominating myself for anything.
Yeah, we don't need you to do that. So we got it. Thanks.
What's that?
You can run again, can't you?
No.
A
FOTY cannot win again, and that's very, very important. So don't waste your time because it can't happen. Nor do we want it. Like I think we're all pretty much in agreement that we're good. Like we got our recognition. It was amazing. We loved it, but it's such a great honor, and someone else should get it. Obviously. So yeah, I can't win again, and neither can any of my immediate family. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, we're going to nominate Jared." Then I'm like, "Nope, he can't win either."
That's good to know. I get a lot of the people that watch my stream all these years want to nominate me, and I'm like, listen, don't waste your nomination because they're not gonna pick me because they don't.
That's not
If
true.
you put a highlight on what I do, they're gonna shut me down because
No.
what I'm doing is streaming the
You're wrong.
games.
Well,
and you
okay.
think
I see what you mean. There.
I
but-
don't want the highlight on me because I want to be able to continue to stream the games for people all around the world and do that. I don't need that. So I want to tell everybody, take your pick and put it on somebody else that
they can
is
win
actually
in such a way
doing
though that you don't, shed too much light on it. It can be done, Cam. It can be done.
Yeah. Well, I will support Papa Paul. I'm all up
All
on
you guys, man. Like
John. I mean, John is such a great fan. He is there all the time at all the games. I mean, there's so many people I would support. Dolphin winners. I would support all these
all of
guys
you.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys, man. I really
we
appreciate
haven't heard.
And I want to say this before, because I know it's about 10 o'clock, and I know John has to go. You about to get off here, John?
No, I'm good. I changed my work schedule. I'm off on Thursdays now.
Nice. Great.
Okay, cool.
I see. Part of the reason I don't get mad at free agency is because I've always looked at it. It is a business. Guys got to make their money. They're going to take a contract. If somebody's offering more than we're willing to offer, like when somebody says so-and-so is not worth that much, but another team says he is, then he's worth that much. 3 months ago, I switched companies. I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing, but I switched companies, got a huge pay raise for it, making a ton more money than I was before. So basically, I was a free agent in my own business. I went where the money was.
Go, John.
So when-
you go.
so when
I'm
these
happy for you.
So I switched.
Amazing.
Back in December, I switched to a different company. I only work 4 days a week now instead of 6.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
And I make
That's
my
the
own
best way to
schedule.
do it. 4 days a week.
4 days a week.
Or less.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and
That's
Friday.
nice,
I'm off
too.
I
Thursday,
love
Saturday,
that
and
for you.
Sunday.
Yeah, like I know we all have to
Real
work, but
quick.
you got to think about how it affects your lifestyle and your mental health. And a lot of people just like work themselves to death, and then at the end of the day, they're like, "Oh, like I didn't enjoy my life. Like I just worked and worked and worked." So yeah, keep it like everybody needs to keep it in perspective.
Real quick, I want to say for those who haven't heard, on the 23rd of this month, I am bringing a truckload of goods to the local Humane Society Citrus Park Count, or it's the Citrus area, whatever. It's here in Hernando County. I am taking donations of whether it's Purina One dog food, Purina One cat food, any type of wet can food for the cats, kittens, Purina puppy chow, Purina kitten chow, cat litter, sheets. They use bed sheets a lot. So anybody who wants to donate, you can hit me up through Twitter, through Facebook, through YouTube, message me, and can meet up with you if you're in the Tampa area or anything, or if you want to send a donation. There should be links in the description where you can send it
That's
to.
amazing, Papa. I appreciate you so much.
I'll send you some stuff this week. I know I have a bunch of blankets and things that can go, and then maybe I can send you like an Amazon shipment or something. We'll talk.
Yes, ma'am. You got my number.
Hey, we haven't heard from Hooked Up Joe yet.
That's right.
No, I'm just enjoying it. Hey, how you doing?
You're hanging out
Hadn't
down
been
there,
up for a
brother.
while. Yeah, I'm enjoying the off season. Ross is probably happy that Wilkins won't be jumping on him after a big win. He was like, "Get rid of him. I'm tired of being jumped on."
Right.
But I'm all in all, I'm happy with our slow rolling this year, getting our comp picks and all that good stuff. So I'm happy with all that, and just looking forward to next year, enjoying the off season. Glad it kind of kicked up and we have a little action right now, and everybody's up. So enjoying it a lot.
Real
So
quick, Allie.
Dolfreaky, I don't know if you've met Joe before, but Joe Dolfreaky Joe, and
yeah,
Joe
I know
is
her
in
from
you.
Fan of the Year and all that.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Real quick, Allie, are you going to get Jared one of Indy's puppies?
Oh my God, shush. I was thinking about that, but like, we have an older dog and he's starting to ail a little bit. And so,
So
I'm not
Jared's
gonna tell
Jared's
you
gonna
no yet.
Jared's
but for now, it's
Jared's gonna need one that he can take to work with him and everything else, because this dog will stick right by his side the whole time.
I know. As soon as you texted me the other day, I was like, oh my goodness, like what if we got one? And then I'm like, we're getting to the point now, like we're never home, and I feel bad for the dog. He's home, by himself, and he's getting old, and I'm like, just like, it would be nice to not have to pay for the kennel on game day and stuff like that. So I don't know yet, but we'll think about it. And if so, I want it to be a surprise. So don't nobody say anything.
I'll be honest with you. We have three dogs, and only on two of them, I only board one of them when we go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Finn, because he's still young and chewing on everything. The other two, I leave at home. I'll leave at home alone for as much as 4 days, because they have plenty of food. They know how to get into the food tub if they're hungry. And then they have a big 5-gallon thing of water they drink from.
Mm-hmm. Like we have a babysitter that'll come, and like, she comes for the kids, obviously, but like she'll come and, let the dog out and whatever. But I just feel like in our like busy lifestyle, it's almost not fit for a dog right now. Like we have cats too, and they live out in the little catio, like right outside in the lanai here. And they, they take care of themselves. They're really easy. And I can leave them for like 5-6 days and they're good. But the dog is a little bit more high maintenance, and a puppy.
Yes, puppies. They're babies.
The Blue Heelers are extremely smart, and they're very active dogs. So you could take them on a run with you or on a bike ride with you and all that.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Oh my goodness, Papa Paul. I love too many animals. I got too many critters around here. And I just, a few weeks ago lost my chocolate lab, my baby. He was, thank you. He was the baby of the family. He was only 6. And so I got 2 girls left, and I'd have 100 animals. I'd have so many.
Trust me. If it was up to my girlfriend, I have to be the a-hole in the family, because if it was up to my girlfriend, we would have Noah's Ark here.
Well, see, that's all I got to do with my wife is say, we're just going to go look at some puppies, or we're going to go look at some.
Don't look if you're not ready to buy.
I can't look because I'm going to be going, yes, I'll take you and you and you and you. The last time I went to a shelter, I spent the entire hour touring, and I cried the entire time. I know people thought I was crazy, but I couldn't help it. I wanted to take them all home.
I am the animal person here. I would have a yard full of dogs, cats, everything.
Well, you know what? Like, because I've had this itch to get another cat. I have 3 right now, but the catio is small and like really not trying to do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go and work at the cat sanctuary for like a couple days, out of the week. And so like I'm going tomorrow and I can't wait. And they have 250 cats there that I can play with. And I'm loving it so far. Like, yeah, I'm like scooping the poop and everything, but I feel happy because I don't feel compelled to take them home, because it's such a nice place that they live at.
Nice.
So
that's my brother lost his dog that he had rescued a while back, and he was old. He told his wife, well, you just need to be a foster mom, so you can say, yeah, someone else needs to take this one while we go out of town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to have some help for sure.
Yeah, they always say, "Hey, can you just foster this little kitten for a while till we can find a
Yeah.
home?" And that's it.
Yeah.
You're never getting
And
rid
then
of that
that's it.
kitten. And
That's
never
right,
gotten rid
Joe.
of a kitten. Oh yeah, sure, I'll foster the kitten. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to keep.
And
Then you got
10
kittens.
cats later.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a cat that if I leave anything at the edge of the table, she's throwing that thing off the table.
Oh yeah. I love that. You're like, don't do it. They're like,
Well, our oldest cat, she's like 17. She loves boxes more than most cats. She loves boxes so much, she climbed into the refrigerator into a half-empty beer carton.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
She loves beer. You said she loves boxes, but I think she loves beer. Sorry.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I got some nice. You know me. I'm a wine drinker, so I got nice champagne flutes. New Year's Eve, I was drinking. You know, my champagne. I woke up the next morning to
kitty cat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she threw it right off the table.
Wow. I want to know.
She said, "Daddy, you left this here all night, so I'm cleaning it off."
That's right.
That's exactly what that was.
Yeah, that was like a $20 flute.
So, Shake, how close are you to your sommelier now? I know you got to be getting close.
WSET. I'm studying the level. I already passed level 2, and now I'm studying for level 3.
Sommelier.
I got one more level.
It's not
similar. It's not sommelier, but it's the same thing. It's it's the wine certification. It's called WSET.
It's the big spoon version of a sommelier. I got you.
Yeah. Eventually, I want to get into on premise where like selling it to bars and restaurants.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, I got a question to ask all of y'all. Which is easier to take care of, a cat or a dog?
Cats.
A cat.
Yeah.
Because they take care of themselves.
Yeah, a cat's
pretty
like
much.
1
You
to
don't gotta bathe them or
1
nothing.
to 4, like 25% level on a cat.
It depends. To me, it depends. If you keep the cat inside, you got the cat litter and the cat area. You got to clean constantly.
Yeah.
That's why I have the catio. Okay, listen, y'all. So, I mean, I live in Florida, so that's one thing. But this is the second house that we've had a catio in, and basically, I'll have to like post some pictures or something. But like, basically, where the sliding door to my bedroom is a little like triangular area, and we have the cat furniture, and we have 2 litter boxes, and it's open to like the pool area, you know, kind of. But there's a screen in between, so they can't like go in the pool. But all the stink stays outside. And so I have those 2 jumbo litter boxes, and they're the really cool kinds where you can just, you know, like you pick up the top and you just like shake it, and then all the poop is there, and I dump it and I'm done. Like, it's like the best thing ever. So all the junk stays out there. And if the cats want to come inside, open up the door, let them in. So yeah, all the stink stays. So for me, it's like, I just fill the water bowl, you know, every other day. And then the food, I put a whole bunch of food out there. They pick what they want, and it's, you know, it's good to go. And if I'm going on vacation or whatever, they're good for like 5 or 6 days out there.
Nice.
So that's my spiel.
Got it down to a science.
Yes.
The only thing y'all are missing is like chickens are easier to take care of. They feed you breakfast. They kind of take care of themselves.
Just turn on a light and attract some bugs.
Oh no,
not really.
I'm telling you,
Listen,
chickens are amazing.
we have chickens.
Paul can tell you about farms.
My brother has chickens because he
love
lives in Northport Estates. Unfortunately, you got chicken hawks, you got coyotes, you got freaking raccoons. Yeah, they feast on
I
chickens.
live out.
Yeah,
listen,
but I live
them.
out in the woods, as you know.
I live in
Shake,
the woods too. Yep, I live in the woods too.
When you have dogs around as well, you don't have to worry about that. But the funnest thing about chickens is when you see 4 chicken hens, 1 on each leg of a frog. That is so funny to watch. The chickens playing tug of war with frog legs.
Oh my Lord. Chickens are super fun. They've got their own little hierarchy, and they're beautiful. We have like 40 chickens, and we live in the woods too. There's all those critters too, but I got dogs. I got dogs that'll take care of stuff, and and we
she
put them
sells
up.
eggs.
No, I don't sell eggs. I give them away. You want them? I give them to you.
Well, that's what we do
Eggs are
with what we
expensive
have.
now.
We give them to we give all our eggs to family and friends.
Yep, that's what we do. Yep. And I have Bantam chickens, so they're very small, and their eggs are little bitty, but they're the best eggs. Oh my goodness, they're so good.
Yeah,
They're
let me an omelet.
delicious. Yes, you'd have
Well-
to have about 6 eggs for an omelet. The Bantams.
Oh, those would be great for Scotch eggs, which are
Yeah.
wrapped with because a smaller egg, I bet better than quail if they peel easy.
Oh, well, when they're really fresh, they don't peel too easy.
So
But-
what is now, Allie? I know I'll see you at training camp.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
Anybody else here will be at training camp?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of vacation days to go, at least 1 or 2.
Because I'll be down there for the whole first week of training camp.
Why does it feel like that's like in forever?
So
it is a long time, right? It's a drought.
It's double
The only
time,
thing
too.
that
It's like
keeps us
slow
going
motion
is
in the off season.
yes, it is, and
well,
it's
stuff like this that keeps us going for the game and everything.
Yeah.
It does. You're right, Papa Paul. Yep, 100%.
Interestingly, the real lull happens after everything's done and they've done everything and they're all like, okay, I'm taking off before the season starts. And so like it's
But that's
interesting how the season keeps going until the season starts and then it ends.
That's like, Allie and I, we have our off-season parties or in fundraisers that we do and stuff.
Yeah, we stay busy. Yeah, we stay busy. Podcasts, just general social media keeps us all busy. And then
And no matter how fast the time seems to go by, it still seems like it takes forever.
Forever. I just
Even when
love the sound of it, right? Just the sound of football, playing in the background. I will have it on from, Saturday morning. Of course, you start, certain part of the season, it's on every day. But I will have it on, and just the sound of it makes me happy. I go to sleep to the sound of football.
Well, if you're out there at training camp for the first week at all, what I do, like I did last year, is I bring donuts every day. I give some out, but I give a majority of them to the workers at training camp.
Oh, sweet, Papa Paul.
Nice of
So
you.
sweet.
Hey, they need to be fed just like we do.
That's sweet. How did you think to do that?
I just started doing it last year.
So cute.
So, well, it's something I've done in a lot of different things. I've done jobs I've had or things like business I own. I bring donuts. Everyone loves donuts.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Especially the
They will
strawberry
get you
one
in
with sprinkles
trouble.
on the top.
What was that, Ellie?
I said, especially the strawberry ones with the sprinkles on the top.
I do get some of those. I get the jelly filled. I love the chocolate cream filled myself.
Mhm.
Watch my diet.
Oh man, I love a good French curler. I ain't gonna lie.
French
Yeah.
Shake, you stepped on some toes, Shake. I like the
Okay,
French
I
curl,
could
too.
tell you a little short story. So I had a few of my grandkids here one morning, and they were like, "Okay, Mimi, you make donuts." So my husband makes the donuts, and he does like just the canned biscuits. Does the little hole in the middle. Fries the donuts, put them in the powdered sugar, and so they were sitting up here at my counter. And they're biting into these warm donuts, and the little powdered sugar is just kind of going like this, like a little puff, and they're all in a daze. Like it's early in the morning, and they're sitting there with the little sugar puffing around their faces, and they were so happy. These are the best donuts ever, Mimi. These are so good. And it was just like a little dream world with my grandkids sitting here. It was so sweet and cute. So I got donut stories.
Okay, Miss Pam, I will say that was maybe your shortest story, but nothing you say is short.
I don't know what you mean, Papa Paul. What do you mean?
Real quick, I want to ask, is there a free agent out there right now anybody would like to see us get?
No.
Clown, maybe
They're all gone.
No, they're not.
No, if we
There's
can
a lot of
afford
them
it,
still
I
to
wouldn't
come.
mind Clowney, Javon Clowney, or
Javon Clowney, yeah.
what's the other guy's name?
I wouldn't mind getting Connor Williams back if we can get him for cheap. I mean, we need two centers that aren't Ike. So if we can get Connor Williams back for cheap, that's probably the free agent, which I don't know if you technically call our own guy a free agent, but he
Well,
is.
he is a free agent. He's not under contract, so
Not a bad thought, Joe. The Clowney thing, I mean, I've watched him since he played at South Carolina, like as college kid, watched him forever. But he's getting up there. I mean, it's
Hey, maybe
hard to
4
say
times the
some young
charm.
guys.
We've been trying to get him like forever.
But the thing is, he had a good
But maybe
season,
you can
Pam.
get them cheap. Maybe you can
He
get
had a
them on the
good season.
cheap too.
Right.
Yeah.
And last
And you got
season past, he played pretty good. So
Well, as a matter of fact, that's kind of why I like the Shaq Barrett signing, was because even though he's getting up there in age, we just need him to play good for the first 2 months until we get Phillips or Chubb back.
Yep.
Great point.
Or both of them back.
Yes, both.
Yes.
You got to
Good.
remember, there's
Yeah.
a lot of free agents still out there because you got a lot of teams like our own Howard who nobody can sign until June 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
So come June 1st, we're going to have $30 million in cap, and there's going to be some free agents out there that they're going to be looking at.
And
Right.
there's only so
Especially
much
after the
roster
draft.
spot. So when
Especially after the draft is concerned, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And everybody's spending like a drunken sailor right now. So there's a lot of people that are that second tier where everybody's just paying all that new money they have on these
Yep.
top picks, and stealing everybody's people. And there's going to be a lot of second tier guys that are, especially the older guys, that people like just don't want. And we get them on a 1-year deal. I'm all for this year getting some 1-year deals, and we got our comp picks and more stuff happening next year. You don't want to call this year a just a dud, but you want to call it a development year, and go ahead and fill the gaps with these older players and that can help our draft picks become better along with our coaches, and try to move more from a top heavy team to a developmental team.
I love the word picture, drunken sailor. I love the word picture, Joe. Love it.
And Joe, to piggyback on what you said, when you say development, I hope that the coaches start utilizing and developing more of these players that we have on our roster. That's the most important thing I want to see, is more development of the talent that we have on our roster, because we have too much talent to just how should I put it? Just use certain players in certain schemes. We need to spread that development and and utilize that talent that we have on the roster.
Mr. Polk, 1,000%. I agree 1,000% with what you just said. That was exactly right. You're 100% right.
Well, we're going to find out about a couple guys, Smith, Tyndall. We got a new defensive coordinator. We're going to find out whether these guys can play or not. And if they can't, they're going to get cut and be replaced.
Right.
That's the business. It's a business.
I think
that's the one thing about the coach the linebackers coach we got from Green Bay, is the fact that, look, Anthony Campanelli was a good guy. He was here to help connect with the young players, but he's never really developed anybody in the NFL. This guy that we have, he's kind of more of a teacher than Anthony Campanelli was. He was a former defensive coordinator. I think he is going to be the guy that help these younger players develop get to the next level.
Yeah, it'd be a shame
Well,
to see last year's draft be a waste. We got to develop them.
Oh yeah. Well, real quick, I want to shout out to everyone on X, Twitter, as it used to be. If you're new to us, which most of you are, we are on here every Wednesday night. We start at 8:45 with an occasional special show here or there during the week once in a while. It depends on who we got coming on and stuff. We thank you all for joining us and keep on listening.
Yeah, come back, y'all.
Yes, come
And
back.
hit that like button and subscribe.
Yes, please. Yep.
And if you ever want to talk, just click on the link, and when there's room, we'll get you in here.
Yep. Click on the link because we want to hear what you have to say.
Just do it respectfully and don't talk over people.
Mm-hmm.
Except for me. I'm going to talk over you. Just get used to it.
So, Miss Allie, is little one ready to go see another football game, or?
Oh yeah, actually, it's funny because both of them now are like itching to do football things, and they're like, "Mom, what's going on? Why are you not talking about football and this and this and this?" And I'm like, "It's over now, guys. Like, there's things going on." I tried to explain to them what free agency was yesterday, and they didn't really understand it. They can't,
Yeah, no, I understand. I know what you're talking about. I could just see them. I could see them. They're looking at you like, huh?
Yeah, they were wondering why I was in a bad mood on Monday, and then they were wondering why I was doing a lot of podcasts the last day or so, and they're like, "Oh, another podcast?" They're like, "Are you gonna pick me up from school?" And I'm like, "No, not today." They're like, "Oh, because you're doing another podcast?" And I'm like, "No, because I actually have to go to work."
Yeah.
So they kind of know what's up, but they're wondering what's going on and when it's when it's coming back and stuff. So I think they're definitely going to be more involved. And like this past year, Mia got really involved with the fan club and helping me with everything, like helping with all the pre-planning and then actually like carrying out the parties and
What's
everything.
up, Lewis?
So yeah, we'll see.
Lewis. So Allie, how old are the kids now?
They're 6 and 7 now. I just can't even believe it.
My goodness.
We just had their birthdays. And so, yeah, they're getting big now. And now is the time where I really want to start getting trying to feel out if Jace wants to start doing football. Like they have, I think they have a summer league that's going to start. And so I'm like, okay, maybe we should try it out and see if it's something he likes. Just wondering if he has any sort of, natural talent. It's
Right.
kind of tricky, being a mom. You're like, do you really want your kid to be playing a dangerous sport like this? Like after we see everything that happens, but if they want to do it, what am I going to say?
Can always start them in flag football.
Flag. Yep. They do play flag at school a little bit. They do like an after school sports club and they teach them all different kinds of sports. So they get to dabble in every little thing. And then Mia's doing gymnastics and she's really good at it. So we're just going to, roll with that for a little bit. And it's funny too, because my son loves to dance. And I'm like, it's kind of weird, like getting I know Dolphin winners and John saw this in Philly, but like my son, that was when I realized that he can actually dance. Like he loves to dance. And so in the middle of this Philly pre-party, he just busts out dancing, like break dancing. He takes one look at the DJ, his DJ Sick Turtle. He had his little turtle hat on. And he looks at him and then he just like starts busting it down. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should put him in dance class. So that's the other thing too. He's going to start hip hop.
Put him in dance.
Yeah.
Put him
We
in
just have a lot
dance.
going on. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Listen, not all guys suffer from stiff white man syndrome.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is
I
can
just
tell
want him to be that cool guy who can like do
I wouldn't know
anything.
what you're talking about, John.
Well, I can tell
Here
you
you
the
go, Allie. Here
boys
you go.
in
This is
dance,
Justin.
they have it going on because there's not that many boys in dance. There's so many more girls in dance. So if you get to a top level in dance and you're good as a boy, you're gonna work. So if that's something you want to do as guys, you have a step up. So I can tell you, put him in dance, let him enjoy it.
Real quick, John, that comment, is that anything like white men can't jump?
I thought it was fat chicks can't jump. I feel like when Jared used to have his lifted Jeep, that was like a sticker he had on the truck. Like, lift something because fat chicks can't jump or something. It's just like taking me back. I gotta ask him now. I think he's in the other room watching this too. He's gonna come through the door any minute.
He's gonna be like, I never said that. All the fat girls are gonna be mad.
I'll have you know. I'll have you know. The person who said fat people can't jump never seen when they changed the food at the Golden Corral.
And they never saw Robert.
Allie, do you watch much college football, Allie?
Not much. I follow the Hurricanes, here and there, but you know how crazy it is that time of year. Like Saturdays get crazy.
I know, but a future prospect you need to keep an eye out, which all these guys know who I'm going to talk about, is I can't remember his first name right offhand, but it's Pierre Louis.
Okay.
It's Eddie Pierre Louis. Eddie Pierre Louis.
Okay.
He's actually from the Tampa area.
Okay.
He just signed with the Oklahoma Sooners.
Okay.
He's 6'3", 330 pounds.
What position are we talking about here?
O-line.
Okay.
I was going to say offensive lineman. Yeah.
But
is that wide receiver?
He also runs track. He runs a sub 13 on a 100-meter dash.
Oh, wow.
He's got some moves. And he's going to a private school at Tampa Catholic, and he's got a full ride to Oklahoma Sooners. That's saying something right there.
That's big. Yeah. Oklahoma. Yep. I think they're coming to the SEC.
Yeah,
well.
them and Texas.
Yep. Oklahoma and Texas all coming to the SEC. You know where football
Which
matters.
Texas?
I'm saying, honey.
There's several
the Longhorns, Texas Longhorns.
University of Texas.
Yeah. The one with Archie Manning in it.
Yeah,
Go
UT.
Gators. Tell them, Shake. Go Gators.
Yeah, go Gators.
No, great to be a Gator hater.
It's all about the you.
That's right. All about the you.
FIU.
Yeah. FIU. AIU. What do you?
The you.
Not that you.
Well, you guys, I know since I've upgraded things, you could probably be looking out for some more shows. We'll start doing one or two, at least one more show during the week sometime. It might be, Saul might do something on a day off where he's talking wrestling or something. Mm-hmm. For all the wrestling fans out there.
Oh, by the way, on the Finn's Tailgate, March 30th, I will be doing a I try out W Energy drinks. So I have a W Energy drink on for whatchamacallit. So it's gonna be Saturday morning. Dolphin Winters is gonna be the co-host, and we're gonna do a WrestleMania preview.
WrestleMania preview.
Saturday morning.
Oh,
See, we got to get creative in the off season here. We can discuss anything.
Well, we like to talk about anything. I'd like to do a future show with you, Allie. Mm-hmm. I talk about some of our fundraising that we do and what they're for, not just for DCC, but all the other things that we raise for. Like the toy drive.
Yep.
The animal shelters.
Yep. The Narcan project. Kidneys. Yep. The DCC, the Narcan, the. What else are we doing? We do so much,
kidney disease research. Yeah, we like helping the communities. Mm-hmm. And just like when the hurricane came through, y'all were out there feeding the people. Didn't ask any questions. You gave food to everybody. If they left a donation, great. If they didn't, you didn't care.
We got so much stuff, man. That was like one of those like surreal moments where it was horrible that happened to us. And I never, ever, ever want to see that again in my town.
Well,
but it was amazing to see how people helped us.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you got to see that. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you, you saw nothing compared to what Michael did up in the Panhandle.
I know
I was up in the Panhandle as the night that Michael was coming through, boarding up places.
Mm.
And then I came back to Tampa that night and went back right after the storm hit and it really truly was like a war zone through there.
Yeah.
You know, but you had miracles. You had miracles. Tell you how bad the wind was. You know, okay, you've seen storms, tornadoes where a train might have got blown over. Well, this was 3 trains side by side. All 3 of them were laying over.
Mm.
But to tell you the miracle, there was a church, full glass front. Every glass was blown out of that. But the cross on top of the church was still standing perfectly straight.
Wow.
It tells you a lot of things. But another weird fact I seen, you wouldn't think of it, but I saw a field that had chain link fence around it, and there was pine trees up there. Pine trees were all bent, broken over one way. The chain link fence actually got blown down the opposite way.
Sounds like a tornado kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
What I saw says
Yeah,
when
we
a
saw a lot.
hurricane passes through.
Yeah.
You get one
But
side of the
it's-
wind, and then when the eye comes through, you get
You-
the
you-
other
you
side.
still-
of the
Yeah,
wind.
the other side. Yep.
You wouldn't think of a chain link fence that has nothing there for it to catch onto would get blown over like that.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like a lot of the things that I saw in Fort Myers,
No.
you know, was a lot of people in need, but like, you know, a lot of animals in need too. And like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, a lot of animals that didn't, you know, survive the floodwater, you know, I don't want to get into it much, but you know, like we came upon some carcasses and things out there. And I just said after a while, I'm like, I think it was like day 7 of being out there. I'm like, I mentally can't do this anymore. Like, I think I need to, you know, take a little bit of a back seat. And luckily by that point, most of the, you know, the aid had really started coming in. You know, and it's just one of those things that changes you, you know, it just changed. So I was glad that we were able as Dolphin fans to be able to get together, you know, organize something and, you know, provide some aid and food in that, you know, in that immediate moment since we were right there. So it was good.
Speaking of animals, man, I seen a picture of some guy's living room. There was an alligator literally floating in his living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of animals that got displaced, and even still now, they're still finding like manatees in places that they're not supposed to be. And I just saw something recently. There was a manatee that like had washed up, I guess, during the hurricane, and then, you know, finally, like, I guess had found a way to survive wherever it was, like whatever waterway it was, but they were able to, you know, put it back. It's all kinds of things that happen. And even still, like if you go, you know, past Fort Myers, you still see some boats and, you know, boats and trees, and like it's it's crazy stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
we've got that.
I know, like out in Galveston, Texas, when I think it was Hurricane Ian came through, there was part of a house that was on the peninsula there that ended up 3 miles in.
Yeah. Insane to think about that. Yeah.
What's crazy was 2 months ago, I just got my my roof fixed.
Yeah. It is crazy. And that's because some of the insurance companies just suck at responding to things.
It takes a long time. And not only that, but our homeowners insurance actually dropped us, and we had no claims, but they just said, we're moving out of Florida and you're on your own. You have to find new homeowners.
Happened everywhere.
Money and run.
My mom too. She didn't make no claims, but the insurance company dropped her.
Yep. It just happened to me like a month ago.
Yeah. And the cost of it. My brother pays over $7,000 a year for homeowners insurance. I mean,
they should give you, if you don't make any claims, they should give you a refund. Shit.
Well, yeah,
If they're going to take the money and run.
They're going to take the money and run, Joe. Yes.
Besides Citizens, which is not a full homeowners association, really, or insurance company, they do what they can. They don't cover you like a regular insurance company could and should. the two best ones in Florida these days that have been around here for over 50 years is going to be USAA, which only military members can get into, or Farm Bureau, not farmers, but Farm Bureau.
It's so, all of it is so expensive. You
You have to be a
hunt
farmer
and
to get
hunt
that?
and hunt.
No, you don't. It
No.
used to be. You used to have to be that
Yeah.
farmer to
Yeah.
have go through Farm Bureau insurance.
The
But
USAA is so expensive. My husband is
But
Air Force. Air
they
Force,
are
but
expensive,
Mhm.
but they are there on top of your claims right away. They are
Well, we
always there
really
on top of
haven't
your claims.
had them. The last hurricane that came here, it was a 500-year flood. My street looked like a river. All the streets around here, you would never have known it was a street. You would have thought you were going down rivers.
Oh,
But my
that
house sits high and dry. We've never had an issue, and yet we pay flood insurance based off of 1960, 61 topography maps. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean,
well,
if I didn't flood then, why am I paying flood insurance? It's crazy. And I have to have that over and above my homeowners.
yes, and it's one of the things. Well, who do you have insurance through?
Well, right now it's Citizens, because the other people were canceling me. It was going to be almost $5,000. Like, and my house is just a regular house.
That's why, though, Citizens is one of the worst.
And do you
that was the only one I could get one through.
Right, they're the only. That's why they're the worst, because they
Yeah.
My aunt lives in Hialeah, and she lives in Hialeah in what was my grandfather's house. It's only maybe 1,200 square feet, single car garage, a small tiny kitchen, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. She pays over $7,000 a year for insurance.
In Hialeah, yeah.
No, it's high
and the land is the big part of your house. I mean, it's crazy. They're not going to pay for the land's not going to blow away. I mean, they're just talking about the rebuild of the house. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
you are
pay your
so
house
right.
off and self-insure.
Well, you got it.
So right.
At the same time, you got to look at your insurance policies. A lot of it. My wife's in insurance. She knows, and there's a lot of these insurance policies that they only pay what the house is necessarily worth, not the rebuild cost.
Right.
And the rebuild cost can be $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Depending on the size of your house and everything these days.
Right. And one of the things that kind of set that off was when Hurricane Andrew came through here in '92. A lot of people were putting in. A lot of people were putting in false claims and what have you. And that's why a lot of these insurance companies all of a sudden jumped up and jumped out. And
well,
got
that
out of
was
it.
that was 30 plus years ago.
Right, but
That
also
seems so weird.
Also,
That was
you gotta
30.
remember that this is Hurricane Alley where we live at. If you're living in Florida, you're living in Hurricane Alley.
Yeah, but it was Hurricane Michael that really sent it this last time because of how quick it developed. The hurricane has never developed from a Cat 2 to a Cat 5 in less than 36 hours like it did.
It was
Andrew
crazy.
did.
It was
Andrew
crazy.
did. Andrew was a Hurricane 4 right off the coast of Miami. And
yes, but
and then
but
it went
Michael
to a 5 because
Michael
Tampa
was
picked it up as a hurricane as a
Michael was a
Category 5.
Cat 2 turned to a Cat 3, and that's all they were expecting it to be. And in less than 36 hours just off the coast, it went to a Cat 5. Really, they assume it was even higher than a Cat 5. They never really got a full doubt. But there was a lot of things that were, because I was in the brunt of it and I had a lot of connections going through there, there's a lot of things that the government hid on that. There was a lot more people that died. They claimed it was
government doesn't hide stuff, Papa Paul. They're straight up. They never hide.
Let me talk about this because it really gets to me this day.
I'm only being a smart ass, Papa Paul.
It wasn't the hurricane that necessarily that killed the people. It wasn't the hurricane that killed the people, but they would say these people died. it was people that died from getting transported in hospitals that died in transport and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and people that actually got killed by the hurricane, they didn't blame it on the hurricane. They said it was something else and this and that, you know.
And if you're not documented and you die, you didn't really die.
You didn't really die, and you don't matter. That's exactly right. It's so horrible.
Right, because the death toll from Andrew is still inaccurate till this day.
Yeah.
They still don't know how
Yes,
many
that's
people
exactly what I
passed away
was
from
thinking
Hurricane
about
Andrew.
with that statement.
Right.
Well, and you know what? A lot of these things are also, these storms are great for the, I guess you say, the people who want to disappear. You know, someone who's not very nice, who's done a lot of things. They don't want to go to jail, so they got lost in the hurricane and you know.
Yeah. That's called a hit. Somebody put out a hit.
Well, yes, exactly. That stuff like that happens during a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff happens during that time.
Oh yeah.
Man. So when my girlfriend tells me she's pregnant, I'm like, oh man, a hurricane called me. I got lost in the hurricane.
Put
that on a live broadcast. You better hope nothing happens.
You better not, Jake.
Jake. Allie, you and I will hunt him down
We
and shake him
will.
up. That's what we will do.
We'll
We
shake you
up, Jake.
Shake, they got receipts on you. Shake, they got receipts on you.
Yeah, we got
That's
receipts.
right. That girl can count
And
on
this
us.
this is being recorded, Shake.
Live.
It doesn't matter. I'm lost in a hurricane.
No, you ain't lost in no damn hurricane. You lost in a hurricane, all right.
But I am looking, as every year, I'm looking forward to the football season. I think we all are. You know, what is your thoughts on going to 18 games, Allie?
Oh my goodness. You know what? Like, obviously I love it. Like, I wish we had football year round, but I'm gonna be exhausted. Like I already am exhausted. Okay. Like finally I have like gotten over my, preliminary like season ending exhaustion and I'm okay now. But like, dude, like we did so much this season. I think I hosted like 23 events from September through February.
Well,
like,
because you're so popular.
No, it's because I'm a psychopath. No, like, and the thing is,
Yes,
like,
Jared will admit that, I'm sure.
He will. He's like, "Why are you doing this?" I thought we like after the season ended, and I told him, I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna do the Pro Bowl, and like we're gonna do like 3 events for the Pro Bowl." And he's like, "Seriously? Why? What are you doing? Like, can you stop?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want it to end. I want to keep going."
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, and I've said this on the last show, that didn't realize we actually play the same amount of football games right now as we did 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, but just 50 years ago, they had 14 regular season games and 6 preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's 17 and 3, going to be 18 and probably 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still the same amount of games. It's just you have more regular season games.
I would rather have more regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody would. And the owners want that too because it brings in more money than a preseason game.
Well, that's what I was about to get at. Like, what are our season tickets going to be? Like, it's already getting difficult.
And I could see a scenario too. I would like to see the scenario where we get 8 seeds in the playoff. There'll be a first. Every team is going to get a bye week after week 18, and then we'll start the playoff bracket after that bye week. So everybody will get the bye. If you want the 1 seed, the one advantage of having the 1 seed is you get every game at home.
Okay.
I think if we go to 18 games, one of them is going to be international because they're really pushing that. So I don't think your season tickets would actually be affected because I think you're going to have one international game for every team. So you're still going to have the same number of home games.
I don't know.
You'd have to pay
they're not up to that yet to have one. I don't think they haven't.
They're going to put by the time they get to 18, they're pushing the river, man. They're pushing hard. I mean, they're going to go to Barcelona.
Well, they have
I mean,
five.
they'll
Yes.
just
They have
like
five.
expand.
In the words,
you know.
in the words out of the mouth of the great John O'Hanlon, you just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But that means also too that they have to probably increase the roster.
Oh.
That
And
Why
the
you think
really-
of
salary
injury?
cap, where the roster
Absolutely.
goes, the salary cap's got to
Yep,
go again.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing
That-
is
they-
when you think of the starters playing, 18 games, I mean, look at the injuries we see all throughout the league. You think that's not going to be
Well,
more? You're going to
that's where
have to increase everything.
that's
Because
where they need
preseason
to.
games are totally different. They do not
That's
have
right.
that many injuries on a preseason game. They're playing all
But that's
different
where they
people.
need to look at having 2 bye weeks instead of just 1.
Definitely need to,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
which would expand the season too, because we want more weeks. It would expand the linear time. If everybody had 2 and you offset it, then we're going to have that many more weeks of football. With
And something they need to consider, because I can't say idiots, because not everyone's an idiot who goes to the games that are -30 below.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
And you got your
need to
shirt
have
off.
they need to have some sort of alternative plan for a place, because they knew long before, they knew a week in advance that game was going to be extremely cold.
Yep.
So they
It was
had
dangerous.
at least a week.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, people are getting amputated. Are getting limbs amputated.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
No, I just
I can believe it.
on that
It's
yesterday.
It happened, and
Yeah,
they changed Buffalo's game not once, but twice in 2 years. I mean, come on. What is the deal? They changed their game and they don't change ours. It's ridiculous. If you're going to do that, you need to do it the other way
NFL
too.
script. The NFL script is why.
The NFL script.
Buffalo's game this year was done by the governor, though.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Is that when
So
you
what do we need? The governor of Kansas to, or Missouri?
the
Come on.
They
NFL
wouldn't
should not
though, because they want
rely
to.
on
They wanted it. Yeah.
the city to call a state of emergency. That's the crux of the cookie. If Buffalo, they call a state of emergency because they don't want the game to cause a problem. So the NFL
and
says, well,
they
there's a state
didn't
of
want
emergency.
people to get hurt either.
Right, exactly. So the
It was
NFL
bad.
should require a
As
state
I've
of
been,
emergency.
I don't know personally, but as I've been told, there is not a hotel really close to the stadium for people to get there. So they didn't want all these people driving on these icy, wet, cold roads.
Right. We're going to put a travel ban in. That's why the NFL changed the game, because the governor of New York put a travel ban in. It's not allowing people to drive.
Yep.
And Kansas City didn't do that. Kansas City
didn't do it.
Right. Kansas City is the one that's at fault, if you ask
Yeah.
me. But really, who's at fault is the NFL for requiring the city to do it in the first place. They shouldn't require Kansas City to do the same thing Buffalo did for them to do the right thing.
And I can throw another thing in there. NFL should be requiring Buffalo to at least have a retractable dome on their new stadium they're building.
Yeah, so the fans don't have to come out and shovel just to be able to sit in their seats. What a crazy thing. That's insane.
I think they give a shovel
They're,
out.
they're
with
building a
season
brand
tickets.
new stadium wide open.
I'm not
which
kidding.
I know football is
That's
supposed to be played in the elements. I understand football is supposed to be played in the elements, but you could at least have a retractable dome on it in order to close up if it gets that extreme.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to call OSHA on us.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. They called OSHA on us.
Being the devil advocate, they can say the same thing about our stadium.
I'm going to testify to our stadium. Our party, Pam, you know that. People on this panel know that. And I'm going to tell you, I sat on that visitor side, and it's brutal over there.
It is brutal. I've sat on that too. I'm with you. It's brutal, but you know what? Can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Out. Yeah.
After the rum and the bourbon and the scotch, and no, you're not going to be able to.
And that's why my tickets are in the full shade side.
Mine too.
Amen.
My tickets
the
are at the
sun.
end of October and November.
John sits 2 levels down below me.
Yep. The whole game.
I see you down there.
It's brutal. It's brutal. It's brutal. I get it.
No,
but
it's not to me
man,
because I don't sit in it.
no,
Oh, it's
no,
brutal. I'll attest to it.
it's brutal.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Dolphin winners will tell you I have good seats.
Where are your seats at?
I like those seats.
330. You see me right there in front of the bar. You were up there in front of the bar in 338 when you had friends up there one time.
Oh, yeah, like by the Vasasaur.
Yes, I'm right there on the railing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, so you're in the handicap section there right in front of the Vasasaur bar?
Yep.
That's such a nice place to sit. That is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good view up there.
Nice breeze.
Except for the people that's sitting behind me who's already sitting up higher, who's yelling, sit down or take your hat off.
Oh, please.
Like,
oh, Lord.
It's like, look, you can get up and move around up there. You don't have to sit right behind me.
Well, and go to the bowling alley. Go to the bowling alley. This is a football game. Get up off your butt and, watch the game.
Well, we get all kinds of problems in the deep end about that because our area is a standing section. And unfortunately, some people will buy tickets off of, public marketplaces and they don't
not
know
knowing what they're getting into.
They don't realize what's going to be standing in front of them, and then they try to test us, and of course then there's fights and security's coming down and yada yada yada. It's so annoying. I just think the Dolphins could do something about that and make it known, on these public marketplaces, like, hey, you are, there should be some disclaimer that comes up. The person in front of you is part of a standing only section. Are you consenting to this?
Yeah.
It's such drama.
Well,
it is such drama.
It's kind of hard for the stadium can do it, but if it's a resale, it's got to be somehow noted on those tickets for the resale.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a, it's just like last year, the hell I went through when I had my wife in the wheelchair. And we waited 8 cycles on an elevator and couldn't get in. Not one person could get in. And then I got in a fight basically with 3 people on that elevator.
Crazy.
And one of them was an employee at the stadium.
The problem is, why does everybody have to sit down? You go to other stadiums. I was in Baltimore. Their entire fan base stood the entire game.
Yeah, Buffalo too. The whole game.
They don't sit down. They're standing the entire game.
It's a football game, not a bowling alley. Get up and go. If you want to sit down and golf clap, go to the bowling alley. I'm just telling you, it makes me so mad because to me,
the
I'm
Dolphins
going
are
to
handling the
stand up.
pansies.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yep.
I'm telling you. It's ridiculous. I can't stand it. It's a football game. It's going to be raucous. You're going to be up, standing up, cheering, yelling. It is what it is.
That's what it's supposed to be, at least.
Right.
Exactly.
They drink their beer with the pinky and the finger in the air, whatever.
With their feet up, taking selfies.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
There you go for the gram. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's 11:10, so
I'm getting tired.
It's late.
Yeah.
It's late.
Okay. Well, we'll call it a night then. Any last words from you, Shake?
No, none. Just I appreciate Ali for coming up and again, I just wanted to thank her for the watch parties.
Love
they're
you, Shake.
amazing, and I will definitely be at the next next year.
Yay! Thank you for always coming and being awesome. I appreciate you.
Same here.
Well,
And last but not least, bye Power Rangers. Bye, bye, bye.
Good night,
Big
Shake. Peace, love, and
Spoon.
fins up, family.
Later, Big Spoon. Later.
Hooked up, Joe.
Fins up. Thanks for everything you do in the streamer community and the real life community as well.
Amen.
So, fins up.
Thank you.
Fins
Fins
up.
up.
Peace, love, and fins
Joe.
up.
Fins up.
Fins up, Joe.
Miss Pamela.
Oh man. So thank you so much, Papa Paul, Dolphin Winners, John, and my brother, my crazy Dolphin fan, Mr. Polk, and Allie. I just love you. Keep doing what you're doing. And all the fans out there that came in tonight, thanks for coming in. Thank you for supporting us, and peace, love, and fins up, y'all.
Peace, love, and fins up, Pam.
Mr. Polk.
Papa Paul, Dolphin Winters, thanks for having me here up here. Joel Hanna, thanks for having me up here also. Dolphfreaker, it was great to be up here in panel for the first time with you. Like I said, I was there when Paris got started, and he told me that you helped him get started. I was there to watch him get his first 100 and what have you, and develop the name Paris Love. So it's great to meet you.
You too.
Shake Money, as my brother, is always good to see you. Dolphin Winners.
Same here, my brother.
Dolphin Winners. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of what's that. Sasha Banks is with AEW.
AEW, yeah, I know. I gotta watch it, but I'm not watching it tonight. I gotta go.
Oh no, it went up. But I'm just saying she just made her debut on AEW.
Oh yeah, I've known about that for a while, but I'm gonna watch it tomorrow when I get off work. I gotta get sleep. I gotta be up in like 5 hours.
All right. So peace, love, and fins up to everybody. I enjoyed the show.
Good night. Peace, love, and fins up.
Shout out to the chat room also.
Thank you, Mr. Polk. You have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Okay, Allie, we'll let you go. Don't want
I'll be
to.
yawning over here. You guys are such a fun time. Thank you guys so much for having me on. And all the other FOTYs. I'm sorry I was so late. I probably missed a whole bunch of stuff in the beginning. So I regret that.
You know what, Allie? It doesn't matter. Like I said before, we've all said it. You're more than welcome anytime. You can jump on in the middle of the show, the end of the show, just like we tell everybody. There is no set time for anybody to join in with us.
Yeah, no, I will for sure. Like I have a lot more time now, so
Well,
I'll be joining more often.
Until about mid-August, then you'll be like gearing up and going along.
I don't like honestly. I'm just gonna embrace the off season right now because it gets so wild.
And you're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. We're all tired. You know, it's a lot. It's an emotional investment, and it's a physical investment, and monetary investment, and time investment, like everything.
Oh yes, we know.
So we all in the same boat. So
well, you got to look out. I'll tag you in it. I don't know if you saw you did see the Ricky Williams thing.
I did. What a good price that is.
I don't know. I think I'm going to do a raffle. I don't know.
I know Dolphin Winners is like, yeah.
I might do an auction, but I don't know. I got to figure out which way is going to be the best bet for it.
Yeah. Well,
Probably
let me know.
on that.
Yeah, let me know when you go live with it, and I'll share it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. I love you very much.
You have a good night. Peace, love, and fins up, my love.
Peace, love, and fins up.
Take care of yourself.
You too. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye. Mr. John O'Hanlon.
Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. It was great to have the FOTYs on. It was good that all 4 of them got on, and then we had representative for the national one as well because he was at work. Trust the process. It's not over. Free agency is just beginning. We've signed, I believe, 9 players so far. There'll be more to come. We're going to have plenty of cap space to sign the rookie class, even with the 4 extra picks, which we definitely needed. Listen, we're all fans. Trust the team, trust the front office. Understand you don't have privy to what goes on in that building and what is said in a meeting or contract negotiations. Stop complaining about everything. Just enjoy it.
Well, I think people just like to complain sometimes
they
because
do.
it is what it is. And, it's even through my thick skull, I don't like to see it as a business, but it's a business.
It's a business. It's
You know?
listen, Christian Wilkins bet on himself. He won. He got a huge payday. People
Yes.
said he wasn't worth that, but you know what? The Raiders said he was. So he
Well,
is.
exactly. And like I said last week, something is only worth what someone will pay for it.
Correct. Whether it's a player, a piece of memorabilia, a house. You could have a house in a neighborhood. Somebody will say, hey, it's not worth that, but somebody wants to move there. They're going to pay a little more for it.
Exactly. Yep.
That's the nature of it. Players are no different. They have a short amount of time to make as much money as they can. You can't begrudge them for that. Yeah, we want to see the guys stick around that were drafted. We want to see the guys stick around that we all like and love and love seeing playing, but that's not realistic. It's not going to happen. There's turnover every year. We went into this offseason with 29 free agents. We're not keeping.
I know.
Not possible.
Oh no, it was impossible to keep.
Right.
Especially with the amount, like you said earlier, the amount of money they took in, just the 6 of them or whatever.
4 of them, 250 million, or is it 250 million, and 174 of it was guaranteed money.
Yeah.
174 million guaranteed for 4 players.
Well, Mr. O'Hanlon, you have a wonderful night, brother. We love you. Peace, love, and fins up, family.
Fins up, guys.
Dolphin Winters. What's your last word for the night?
Man, I just want to thank everybody that tuned into our first annual Wcfl DolFans Talk Fan of the Year edition. Thank you all. Thank you for everybody that's able to make it tonight. To you, Mr. Papa Paul, for making it possible. Like everybody has said, we're fans. Sit back, relax, let us be fans, let us ride it out. Let's see how it plays out. And thank you all again for a nice and respectful show. John, Paul, I'm going to bed.
I know you're tired. You got to get up early, brother. Peace, love, and fins up. I appreciate you, everybody who's on the panel, everybody who's watching, listening. Thank you, and join us again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, 8:45 p.m. Wednesday nights. Peace, love, and fins up, family. Y'all have a good night.